also proud to support the parallel.
It's only gonna get worse.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire. The Riverside. Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
What is up, and welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. You know, Jeff, we call San Bernardino the city of champions after that great football season, but Philadelphia can make a case for also a city of champions. We got the Eagles, they won the Super Bowl. And then last night, congratulations, Villanova, second NCAA national championship in the last 3 years. Domination last night.
The Nova. Philadelphia was on fire last night. People were going nuts. They were greasing poles, so nobody crawled up the poles in the streets.
But how long does that grease stay on the poles? You know what I mean? Like 3 months later, are you going to be standing there and you're hanging out with this cute girl and you try to look real cool and lean against the pole and you slide right off, you hit the ground.
Fall on your head.
You're like, oh, man, Villanova, you got me.
Damn you, Nova.
You got me again.
Wow. I'll tell you what, though. Only the fourth team in history to win every game by double digits. They were dominant. And Michigan just didn't play well.
No, they didn't. I was out to eat with some friends, and I was watching the game because, again, I picked Villanova to win it all. So I really.
All right.
I really won our brackets big time.
Whatever.
Like, it wasn't close. Like, there was a big gap, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I picked Villanova, but my heart wanted Michigan, and I kept seeing the score, and I'm like, okay, guys, you're running out of time. How about now? How about make that comeback now? Okay? Okay, no, not now. How about now? Like, every single time they'd make a couple baskets in a row, Villanova would come back, and they'd stretch that lead to 16, 17, 18 points.
Yeah, they got it down to, I think, 8 or 9 with, 9 minutes left, and I was thinking, hey, maybe.
Just enough, like UCR.
Maybe.
Just enough to get you excited.
And then, yeah, it was disappointing, but I'll tell you what, boy, can they shoot. That is probably the best shooting team I've ever seen. They're not the best team of all time. There's been many other national championship teams, I think, that have been better. But, boy, could they shoot the ball, and they did everything correctly. Very well-coached team. Seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. They spread it out, and they did what exactly they were supposed to do. They're a good ball club.
Your boy, Dante DiVincenzo, as they like to say it, with there's a DiCenzo in there. 31 off the bench.
Hey,
Coming off the bench, biggest game of the year.
Oh.
The whole nation's watching, and you go for 31 off the bench. That's big. That's clutch.
Hey, yeah, that's if you look at their bench scoring, just right off of him, he's outscoring every bench in the country right there. But he had 18 in the first half. He was on fire. He was really the guy that was that really propelled him in the first half. That just kind of sent it. It was out. It was over at halftime.
So we had the predictions. Remember?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yesterday, I wrote them down. So let's go ahead and just get that out of the way.
Okay.
Greg was the closest. He had Villanova winning 70-67. So we were all way off. Greg was the closest of the way off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You and I were way off. I had Michigan 74-71. You had Michigan 81-80.
I did. It was all a hope. It was all based on hope. My hopes and dreams.
Yeah, a lot of these games, I just want to see a competitive game. Like, I love it when it gets real juicy in the last couple of minutes and it's close and it's going to come down to the final possession. And
Nope.
Nah, it was over. I mean, like halfway through the second half, I'm like, I'm going to eat my teriyaki chicken sandwich. I'm going to forget about this.
And for me, my tradition is Smetty Smed and I, we sit down, we order a pizza, we sit and watch the game together. The little ding-dongs were running around the house, causing havoc, making me nuts. And I lost confidence and faith in the game, and I ended up playing with my kids.
So you bailed out of the game before it was even over?
No, I kept it on, but it wasn't like I wasn't riveted.
Yeah.
I wasn't, Mo Wagner didn't do anything. He didn't show me any of his musical prowess to win. He was just Wagner.
Mo Wagner.
He was just Wagner.
He dominated UC Riverside, though, huh?
Oh, that entire team, everybody did on that team. They beat him by like 50.
He went up against Big Al, right? Alex Larson. That must have been the matchup inside.
Oh, it was not much.
Edie Diallo.
Yeah,
Ooh, that hurts my sore throat.
Yeah, that just didn't sound good. You sound a little raspy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't even close. The UCR game, it was, even though I was in Michigan calling a cool game, not much of a ball game. In fact, it was probably the one game of the year I went, holy cow, let's get on the bus.
But you're at Michigan, so it was kind of cool to see all that stuff.
I got to see the big house, get to see the big game, but yeah, wow, Michigan came up a little short.
So Villanova wins 79-62, second title in the last 3 years. And later in the show, actually in our next segment, we're going to talk about looking ahead to next year because Villanova is going to be good again. To the NBA, Jeff, I updated the rundown. I don't know if you've even got this in here.
I have not.
So the latest on Kawhi Leonard, because they're saying now there's NBA teams all over the place circling like vultures around the San Antonio Spurs because it's widely thought across the league now. Before there was like, well, maybe he'll work it out. Now everyone across the league says, okay, he's done. The Spurs don't want him there. He doesn't want to be there. All these NBA teams are circling like vultures to swoop in and snatch up Kawhi Leonard. So they're saying, don't be surprised. As soon as the season ends, there's going to be a blockbuster trade for Kawhi Leonard. And like everybody in the NBA is putting their best trade offer together right now because, again, they're like vultures. They see like a dead carcass on the ground and they're circling it. And one of them's going to go in and snatch it all up like a scavenger.
Well, and I think I can equate this. I don't know if we're going to get into this any later, but I can equate this to, the Pat Rileys, the Bill Belichick's, the Popovich. These old school coaches coach old school ways. And you look at Belichick right now, he's having some issues with guys that are saying he's out of touch with his players. He's not talking to his guys or they're unhappy. When have you ever heard that? Unless they're losing. Okay, Pat Riley. Do you remember when Pat Riley left the Lakers, went over to New York? Remember in New York?
New York.
And they said he was a tyrant, and guys got tired of him and wearied of him. So he goes to Miami, coaches a couple of years. He continues to coach that old school ways, but new school players don't like old school ways.
They don't.
And I think you can equate this to Greg Popovich. I think he does the exact same thing. I think he coaches that old school mentality. You have Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. Those guys have played with him or through him their entire careers. They're leaving. The younger core guys don't want to be coached like Greg Popovich, like Pat Riley, like Bill Belichick. Yeah. It's just a different rationale of player.
I think back in the olden days, everything was about the team. Like, I'm going to get out. I don't care if I've got one good leg. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do whatever I can to help this team win. Now it's like, ooh, if I go out there, I'm going to lose some money. I might injure myself for next season. I'm not going to get that contract. And I'm not saying I wouldn't be selfish like that if I was in their shoes. I'm not saying that because I might be in that same boat because obviously they're looking out for family. But at the same time,
they're more worried about the back injury.
They are. I mean, they are. They're worried about their last name, not the team name on the front. I don't know if it goes back to the AAU thing.
I think a lot of it does.
Because we talked about the fact that, a high school kid will be on the court and the high school coach will be like, you need to do this, this, and this. And then the high school kid will look up in the stands and there's his dad or the AAU coach saying, no, you need to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, and partially that was part of the reasons I got out of coaching. I got tired of fighting with parents, with AAU coaches, with people on the exterior of my team that it became like an infection. You get somebody like that in your program, basketball has changed. Football has changed. Team sports has changed for the most part. Unless you're playing hockey or baseball's still untouched. The travel ball bug hasn't really bit them yet. But I think if you're an old school coach, things are different. You can't coach kids the same way as you used to.
Well, Colin Cowherd was talking about it earlier today on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, and he just says it's a mess. Again, going back to Kawhi Leonard had his uncle step in, and he's handling a lot of the stuff.
Yes.
It's like, man, when you mix family and business together, it never ends well. He should have kept it separated. He should be making his own decisions. And now he's got a wrangler. He's like a puppet right now, and people are pulling the strings, and Kawhi's just going along with the flow. And unfortunately, I'm just kind of echoing what Colin said. It's a mess, and it's not going to end well, and he's going to end up in a different uniform next season.
Yeah, and it even goes back to, we're talking football. Lamar Jackson is refusing to run. I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah.
And he's refusing to run in these.
Because they don't want people to know he's fast.
Yeah,
he's fast.
Yeah, he says he runs a 4.3 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But he's refusing to run. Guess who his agent is?
I don't know. Who is it?
His mother.
What does she know about
she is his
the
agent.
NFL Combine and draft and football?
She is
contracts.
representing him, and I think that's going the way of a lot of professional athletes, is that they don't want to pay the professional agent anymore, because a professional agent takes a good portion. I had an agent. I had to pay a percentage of what I made, which wasn't much, but I still paid my percentage. But if you take that agent out of the equation, you have a family member who gets all the money now.
Do you need a license or anything to be an agent?
No,
I don't think
you
so, no.
you don't. You have to be a licensed agent to be part of the union or association.
I'd rather get the contract, hire a lawyer, say,
Yes.
hey, look this over. Does all the language sound right? Are
That's
they
what
trying to
most
take
agents-
hey, look this over. Bypass the agent. That's what you're going to do, and give it to a lawyer. Don't give it to your mom or your dad or your uncle. Give it to a lawyer and say, look this over. Is this all up on the up and up? Is this legit?
And think about it this way: back in the old days, agents were lawyers; they were attorneys.
Yeah.
These guys would leave their jobs in the clerk's office and in downtown Detroit. They would learn how to be an agent, but they were attorneys. They understood the language, the law of these contracts. Now it seems like everybody wants to put their hands in the pot. Everybody, AAU guys. We're seeing now today that Adidas is distancing themselves from the AAU circuit for at least a year. They have to, because corruption dwells when you have situations like this. Kawhi Leonard's, that could be corrupt. You don't know who's getting what. And
what's going on behind? Everyone has an agenda. You know what I
Yes.
mean? All these hidden agendas. Who's getting what money? And someone's going to send someone here, and in exchange, they're going to get this. And
it's a mess.
yeah,
it's a mess.
Nothing's organic.
No, and I thought about this coming in today. Is that you get frustrated. We cover sports. This is our job. We love sports. But there's a seedy underbelly side to it that you and I see and we hear about, and it kind of makes you sour a little bit.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 websites I love to go to. It's not TMZ. I'm sorry, Jeff.
I love TMZ, but yeah.
There's 3 or 4 websites that I love to go to get sports news, and when I go through them, half the time it's not even, Buster Posey with a walk-off home run,
No.
or Tony Snell hits game-winning basket for the Bucks. It's all this, negative stuff. Like,
it is.
Bad things going on, political things. So-and-so got
tweeted-
arrested for this.
Who tweeted this? Who
tweeted that? I'm like, man, I just want to know, did Yasiel Puig, how many hits did he have last night? And instead, they're telling me about
Who's dating who?
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers, when we talk about it, but Aaron Rodgers going out with Danica, or so-and-so, is being suspended 60 games because he got caught using PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Those are the headlines. That's what people click on.
You expect everybody enjoys each other's downfall.
Yeah, they want to see people fail. That's too bad.
And there are some positives. You look at the Mike Trouts of the world who have a legit agent, guys that are doing this the right way. You don't see them on the TMZs. You don't see those. You don't hear the stories of those guys.
Because he lives in his parents' basement. He doesn't leave.
Well, he's
no paparazzi.
Well, now he's recently married, so now he's he's
got his own house.
He's got his own house.
Maybe a little
now.
casita behind his parents'
Yeah.
house. You know what I mean? Like not a full-on house, just a little casita in the back. So
Yeah.
all right, so we'll keep an eye on Kawhi Leonard and see where he might end up, mijo. To the big leagues, the Dodgers. It was late last night. In fact, I went to bed. I didn't stay up. They lost in 15 innings at Arizona, 8-7. The pride of Yucaipa High School, #Yucktown. Taiwan Walker went 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts. He was long gone when this thing was decided in 15 innings. But the Dodgers opening up at Arizona with a loss 8-7. Meanwhile, the Halos, Jeff, they lost their home opener 6-0 against the Indians. You watch any of that one?
I did. They just couldn't get anything going. They had guys on base. They Cleveland just has their number.
Cleveland's good, though.
Cleveland's very good. In fact, I picked Cleveland to win their division.
Oh, yeah, when we did our predictions, right?
Yes, I did.
They're going to be good again. Corey Kluber, he's good. He's a good pitcher. So, Halos lose their home opener 6-0 against the Indians. Same two teams tonight. Big A. 5 Cleveland pitchers combined on that shutout last night. And finally, an NFL note. So, the Browns are going to host all 4 of the top quarterbacks this week. They're going to bring them in. They're going to interview them. They're going to work them out. Baker Mayfield's there today.
I love him.
Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Sam Darnold all going to go meet with the Browns this week as we lead into the NFL draft. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a smokescreen, maybe more so for the other NFL teams to think, are the Browns still thinking about this? Is there still a decision to be made? What if they don't take Sam Darnold? I think it's all smokescreen to maybe throw the other teams off their trail. It's going to be Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
he's the top tier QB,
and they are going to bring guys in because you never know what could happen. Sam Darnold could fail miserably. One of these other 4 guys they bring in, they at least will have tape on them. They'll know exactly how they are. Who knows? 3, 4, 5 years down the line, one of these guys could end up being a Browns if this all fails. This Sam Darnold experiment. They are going to go Sam Darnold.
Like I said, this will never happen, but I'd love for it to happen if they made a real Brown move and went like Darnold at 1 and Josh Rosen at 4. We're drafting 2 quarterbacks in the first 4 rounds. It's going to be like a reality show, winner take all. Who's going to be the starting quarterback? Bring them both into camp.
And then bring back our boy, Johnny Football.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Have all 3 of them on
I think I say Cody Kessler. He's with Jacksonville now. Do you see that? He signed with Jacksonville. Good for him. He got out of there. I'm proud of him. All right, it's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. It's in the name. Spoiled. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. Check them out in Horsetown, USA. That's Norco. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. They also do team sales. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram. They've got the strength and speed class. And that first one is always free, so check it out. You're going to love that first one. You'll go back because you're going to get bigger and faster and stronger at Boost Performance Training. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance all in the same spot. No pressure, no headaches. The easiest car shopping experience anywhere in the Inland Empire. You'll find it only at Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We'll talk more about the national championship from last night, Villanova and Michigan. Plus, who's the favorite to win it all next year? Because, last year, Jeff, that last season's way back now. It was all last night. It's over. It's done. It's in the rearview mirror.
Vegas already has odds.
Let's look ahead to next year. Let's get y'all set for next year for college basketball. We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
You know this isn't easy for me.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
PVA.org, a public service of Paralyzed Veterans of America.
I am out here for you.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coming up at 4 o'clock, Jeff, we didn't mention this, but the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Mike Lindskog, is going to join us live.
He is?
The Quakes are back here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, and the voice of Mike Lindskog will grace our presence at 4 o'clock.
He is the color man, the play-by-play guy.
He is the play-by-play man, long-time play-by-play man of Rancho Cucamonga. He'll join us at 4 o'clock.
All right,
so looking ahead to college basketball next year. Villanova could do it all over again.
No, they won't.
Yeah, why not?
I'll tell you what. Hey, have you seen what Duke is doing did in the offseason?
Yeah, I know their recruiting class has that Zion Williamson or Williams or what is his name?
He is their third best player.
He's the next LeBron.
No, he's the next. Have you ever seen the guy do any? Have you ever seen his highlights?
The Zion guy?
Yes. Zion Williamson. He's from Spartanburg, South Carolina. He's
right.
6'6". He's 275 pounds. He is built.
Is he bigger than LeBron?
Oh, he's
maybe not as tall.
Not as tall, but he's thicker. He's a grown man. Jumps higher than almost anybody on the planet.
And he's going to Duke.
He is going to Duke. He is their third best recruit.
No.
They have the number 1, the number 2, and number 3 rated players coming in, and the number 9. So they have 4 commits, 4 signed. They have R.J. Barrett from Monteverde Academy out of Florida. He is the number 1 recruit. He's a 6'7", 200-pound shooting forward. Then they have Cameron Reddish from Westtown School. All these little private schools in Pennsylvania. He's 6'7", 211, both shooting forwards. And then they got the phenomenal point guard who's ranked number 9th in the nation, Trey Jones out of Apple Valley, Minnesota.
Apple
Minnesota.
Valley.
And then, of course, they have Zion Williamson. So the top, basically 3 out of the top 3, and then the 9th best player, the point guard. So those guys are
because they lose to Marvin Bagley III, right?
And they lose Grayson Allen. It sounds like
Grayson Allen.
Sounds like a superhero name. They're gonna be completely depleted, but they're gonna have new guys coming in. And I'll tell you what, Zion Williamson can't shoot a jump shot outside of his 10
But he's
feet. Athletic, physically a beast. Just broke his thumb in the McDonald's All-American game.
So he did.
Yes, he fell awkwardly and broke his thumb, and he'll be out for a little while here. But not really a big. He's 275 pounds, 6'6", grown man.
So Coach K has this great recruiting class coming in, but I always get a little nervous. Because you want those big-time recruits coming in, but you also want a couple guys that have been around the program, a little seasoned, right? That's what Villanova has.
Well, let's go back 10 years when Kentucky, John Calipari, he was always been an advocate of the one and done. He's never shied away and said, "Hey, look, I'm not doing this to keep guys in college." He goes, "I'm here to make guys professionals, pros," is what he's always said. And then, do you remember Mike Krzyzewski 15 years ago was anti one and done.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, "Hey, we try to keep guys here at Duke. We want to do what we can to keep them here."
Well, Brandon Ingram, right, of the Lakers, he was a one and done. Was he the first one and done through Duke?
No. There's been several, but we're talking 10 years, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving, another one and done. Remember, he was at Duke. Yeah. He only played, I think, 10 games at Duke before he was injured.
That's right. I forgot he does not strike me as a Duke guy. I forget about him.
Really smart, though, even though he thinks the world is flat. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
But he's a really intelligent guy. You listen to him talk. Very smart guy. But Duke, the world's flat? Yeah, you got some guy. Did you see the guy last week?
Colton guy just said that, by the way.
Yeah, did you see the guy who built himself a rocket?
Huh?
Some guy here in the United States.
A homemade rocket?
A homemade rocket.
That's a Disney movie, isn't it? There's a movie out there.
This guy said he believes the world's flat, so he built a rocket. Look it up. We'll look it up.
To prove it?
To prove it. And it was a steam rocket, and he shot himself up, and he only went like 900 feet, so he couldn't see the
Wait,
curvature.
So he thought he would shoot himself high enough into the sky he could see in all directions and be like, yep, it sure looks flat.
Yes.
I believe it's flat. I do.
Just stop it, Greg. Greg is like the Art Bell of our show.
Yeah.
He's the Art Bell.
It's not flat, it's a dome.
It's a dome.
I'll talk about it off the air.
Okay. But yeah,
Dome.
the guy flew himself up, and then the rocket failed, and he hurt himself coming down.
Oh,
He
yeah.
dislocated
Did he have a
his
parachute
shoulder.
or
He had a
like
parachute.
parachuting Jesus?
Like parachuting Jesus, but there was no Jesus with him. Hurt his shoulder and didn't find out the world was round.
Bummer.
Yeah, but talking about this 10 years ago, you would have never heard Mike Krzyzewski saying one and done, but yet he has 4 guys coming in next year that are going to be one
He
and
wants to
done.
compete, right? He's got to stay relevant and compete, and he's got because Marvin Bagley's going to be a one and done, right?
Yeah.
Is there any other one and dones on it? Because Grayson Allen was a senior, wasn't he?
A senior.
Yeah, he went through the program.
They had a couple of those shooters. They'll be gone. They're going to lose 3 to 4 probably to the draft.
Well, let's think about for Kentucky. You brought up Kentucky. Who's the one and dones from Kentucky? Because I'm thinking, what, DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, I think Julius Randle,
Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah, he was a Kentucky guy. Joel Embiid,
Rajon Rondo.
Was he one and done? Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, one and done guy as well. So I mean, there's everybody that's gone through Kentucky.
Yeah,
all of their big guys have been one and done.
But that's how they get them there, because Calipari says, "Look at all the guys I'm getting to the NBA. You come give me, one great season, I'll get you to the NBA." So as long as he keeps that cycle going, like if that well runs dry, they're going to be bad. And they were a 5 seed in the tournament. I know they did okay in the tournament, but they were a 5 seed.
But how many one and done programs have won national championships as of late? That's the big key. Villanova's won the past 2 or 3. North Carolina's won. You look at the teams that have been in the championship.
They've had seasoned guys, right?
Yeah,
guys who have been around a couple of years.
North Carolina will have a couple guys now and then go one and dones, but they're not. I mean, you're not looking at a roster of 5 or 6 guys going every year like Kentucky has. Kentucky's had 5 guys go on a pretty regular basis, or they've transferred if they don't go pro.
So Duke is the favorite next year.
4-1 favorites in Vegas.
So despite all of the unknown, I'll call it the unknown, because when you get these high school seniors going into the college level, kind of a big question mark. I know they've got lots of stars, whatever they get here, by all the recruiting websites, and that's all great. But really, it's the unknown. I want to know who's coming back. I want to know about the recruiting class. I want to know is the head coach coming back? All those sorts of things. Like if you're Loyola, for example, is your coach coming back? He's probably the hot ticket, right?
Yeah.
Sister Jean might be visiting him in his sleep.
Hey,
Sister Jean's the coach.
Their odds next year to win Loyola Marymount or Loyola of Chicago. I would say
Loyola Marymount.
400 to 1. Here's the odds for next year already.
Oh, you have the odds.
I have the odds.
Again, right?
Next year, my bracket.
There you go. If they got to make it. Here we go. Duke, 5 to 1 odds. Villanova, 8 to 1.
Okay.
Kansas, 8 to 1. Kentucky, 8 to 1. Carolina, 12 to 1. Michigan State, 15 to 1. UCLA, 30 to 1.
Actually, so UCLA is probably the highest ranked Pac-12 school?
Oregon at 20 to 1 next year.
Oregon's 20 to 1.
Oregon's got a great class coming in next year.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
They haven't been good since Ernie Kent. Remember Ernie Kent was the head coach?
Hey. They were in the Final Four last year, my friend.
Were they last year?
Yeah, last year they were in the Final Four.
Oh, they're my dark horse.
Yeah, they were your dark horse.
Did they play Gonzaga in the Final Four?
Did they play Gonzaga? No, they think
I'll have to look back. I don't even
I think they
remember.
played Carolina last year and lost in the Final Four.
Yeah, that sounds right. Who did Gonzaga beat in the Final Four last year? I had to look it up.
It's hard to remember.
Oh, man, it's the worst. I'm trying to just keep the Big 8 league, I'm like, oh, the Centennial Roosevelt win. I can't worry about.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I barely know who wins the World Series the next year. I was going, who won that?
You know what? When I was a kid, I don't say kid, but like even in high school and college, I could go back to like 84 and go like every single year, like this team won the World Series and they beat this team. Then the next year, this team won the World Series and they beat that team. Let's see this. Oh, so Gonzaga beat South Carolina, and North Carolina beat Oregon.
Yes,
that sound right? Last year.
Yeah.
South Carolina was in the finals.
Yeah, they were in the Final Four last year.
Frank Martin's team.
Yes.
Yeah, he's crazy, isn't he? He's a little nuts.
Hey, he's the guy that he was a high school coach at one time in Florida, and he attacked a referee.
He did?
Punched a referee out.
Yeah, he's a little nuts.
Punched a referee out. Got banned from high school coaching. Right. Goes into college and now is a big advocate of not yelling at referees. He said,
"Got to go the other way."
Yeah, I guess you almost have to.
Who was the guy that used to throw chairs back in the
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, Bobby Knight's one of those guys that 30 years ago. We're gonna have to say 30 years ago he fit in well with the coaching, but you can't be that guy anymore.
No.
You could not walk into a Bobby Knight practice. If he were to coach today, he would last 5 minutes before somebody throws him out and fires him.
Do you remember this? I think it was one of his star players. It was Neil Reed. And there was some weird surveillance video, like from the rafters.
He choked him out.
Yeah, and there was video of it. This was before everyone had phones and social media.
Choked him out.
Somehow there was video from like the rafters of him choking Neil Reed, who was like a star at the time at Indiana.
Choked him out, Mr. Basketball in Indiana. You're going down. I'm gonna put you in a suplex. I'm gonna turn out your lights. Yeah, he was nuts.
What would you have done if Bobby Knight recruited you and he did try to?
Oh, Bobby Knight did recruit me.
Did you ever meet him?
I met and talked to him several times.
No.
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
Just he was BSing with my dad most of the time because my dad was kind of crazy.
Did he fill out your neck?
No, he couldn't.
Oh, your dad and him probably got along then.
Oh, they got along well.
They're yelling at each other. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. What's up with you?
That was always the weird thing because I had 20 or 16 home visits. So I had a lot of.
Wait, Bobby Knight came to your home?
Bobby Knight came to our house, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Bobby Knight. We had Digger Phelps came in. Mike Krzyzewski came into our home.
No.
Yeah.
Coach K was in your house.
Yes, Coach K was in my house. Coach K
hold on.
came
Digger
to
Phelps, Coach K, Bobby Knight.
Rick Barnes, who was at
Texas?
Providence. And left right after Pitino. Remember, he was his assistant. Rick Barnes.
Riverside.
Yeah,
so we know Coach K's been to Riverside at least once.
Yeah.
Because he came to see you.
Yeah, he came. In fact, he came to see me, and then
he went. Jeff, why are you holding out on us,
And then he went and saw Cherokee Parks right after me.
Cherokee Parks?
Yeah, Cherokee Parks is a Marina High School guy. We were good friends, and he ended up going to Duke.
I have not heard the name Cherokee Parks. He was like right after Leitner, wasn't he? Or like right around that same time.
Yeah.
Those Christian Leitner teams.
Yeah, he went from my house to Cherokee Park's house. I remember calling him on the phone. I was like, "Hey, so how was your visit with the coach?" But no, my favorite coach though. I'm gonna be honest. My favorite coach came into my house was Seth Greenberg. Was awesome. I had Kelvin Sampson showed up and didn't even tell me he was coming.
Wait, where was he at the time?
He was at was he at Oregon State maybe? Or no, he was at Washington State. He was the head coach there, and he showed up unannounced. It was because there was like a 2-week window where and he showed up right after the guy who was at BYU coach, who was like 115 years old and brought his wife with him, and they brought a cake to my house.
They brought a cake?
They brought a cake. Yeah, the BYU coach, I think it was Lavelle Edwards.
So do you, like when all these big time coaches come, does your mom cook for them? Or
no,
what do you guys do? You just sit and eat, like
set up
cookies
an hour.
and coffee?
Yeah, you have coffee and cookies and stuff, set up stuff, but they'd sit in your living room and talk to you. They'd schmooze you. Sometimes they'd bring an assistant coach. Sometimes they would just show up. And
Can they give you things? Are they allowed to do
no, they
like
just,
a hat or?
No. They would you get pictures taken with them. I have pictures somewhere. My parents do.
Did they take measurements of you?
No.
No, your hands or anything?
No, I was a stud.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to. I mean, look at this guy.
No.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him, Greg. Come on. What do you mean?
Nah, but Seth Greenberg was my favorite because he and I,
Coach K was in Rivers.
Yeah.
That's
he came
the
to
craziest
practice.
thing I've ever heard.
He came to practice. He came to a Ramona practice.
He came to Ramona's practice?
We had like 15 coaches
Is there a picture of this anywhere?
I don't know. Maybe you have Tony Macy.
Like a Polaroid somewhere?
Tony Macy will tell you it was a daily occurrence. We had coaches every day in practice. There would be like watching old Goofy Gorham.
Well, we got to take a break, but this is something we'll have to talk about later in the show.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
true.
Too good.
Yeah, I remember Seth Greenberg was sitting next to George Raveling at USC. He was at, and we were playing at Arlington High School, and I had a fast break, and my buddy, one of my best friends, played for Arlington. I had a fast break, and I was dribbling, and I reverse dunked on him, one-on-one. I just took it up and reversed on him, and Seth Greenberg was sitting next to Raveling and a whole bunch of other coaches, like smaller school coaches, and they all got up and they said, "Okay, we're done. We can't get you," and they all walked out.
And we can't get you? You were going to go too big for
Yeah,
them?
they were like, nah, sorry. They were like, some D2 schools, some lower D1 schools.
That movie, Johnny Be Good.
It was funny. Yeah, but I remember Greenberg going, "I'm still going to stay around." He was at Long Beach State at the time. "I'm sticking around." And Raveling goes, "I'm sticking around too." The rest of the guys got up and left.
You're too good.
That's what they said.
And then Coach K walks in. Sorry, guys, get out of here.
Yeah, I was really close. I almost went there. I almost went to Duke. I was really close to going.
Can you imagine?
No, I would have never had baby. I wouldn't have. See, I thought about these things. A lot of consequences to my choice.
Yeah, but guess what? You could have been like some huge NBA star.
I could have been.
On a yacht?
Oh, yeah, there's no yachts.
Soak it it up with your
Oh, man.
Oh, with my ladies, I'd had
You had a
playmates.
castle with like a moat around it?
Oh, man, that would have
Duke,
been
man.
awesome.
Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk Sewick Cravens. We'll probably talk more about Coach K being in Riverside.
Yeah, he was at my house.
He was at Jeff Gorham's house, so yeah, it's true. We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
you're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. That's Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla. I'm Pep Fernandez. Remember, because Greg really loves Creed. You know that band Creed? Those are his guys. That's his band. He loves Creed.
Everyone loves Creed.
Greg loves Creed. Jeff loves Disney tunes.
I love all
that.
Disney.
That's his thing.
I like show tunes.
So when he's not hanging out with Coach K in his living room, he's usually tucked away in his bedroom listening to Disney tunes.
I'm never gonna live.
Can I play this one, Greg? I want to play this. This is one of my favorites as well because, and there is a point to this. I promise there is a point.
There is.
Because Sua Cravens, you hear that? It's gonna get real good in a second. Sua Cravens is now the newest member of the Denver Broncos. He was traded to Denver from the Washington Redskins.
He's crazy.
He's a little crazy. But he's going to show us the world in Denver. He can still play. He can still ball out. He's a pride of Vista Marietta High School, the pride of USC. A little cryptic on social media, but that's okay. You think he's crazy, though?
I think he's nuts.
I like Sua. Come on, man.
I just wish he would. Was this from Aladdin?
This is Aladdin.
I don't think I liked that one.
A Whole New World.
I didn't like that cartoon very much.
I'm so excited!
Here it comes. There it is. The Whole New World.
Oh, Sua Cravens.
All right, so anyway, he was introduced by the Denver Broncos.
Wow.
And they were talking about Sua Cravens in a whole new world. He's in Denver. He left Washington. Now he's a Denver Bronco. It's a whole new world, just like Aladdin. Just like the movie Aladdin.
I saw that football field this year when I went to Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Oh, that's right. You did, huh?
I saw it.
When you were out there. All right, so they were talking about a whole new world. So here's Sua Cravens talking to the media now as a Denver Bronco as he jumps on his magic carpet and heads to the Mile High City.
All right,
here's Sua Cravens.
Kind of just take me through the scene of your reaction to becoming a Bronco.
I think it was organic. I mean, I woke up to about 20 missed calls and had a feeling of what it was for, but once I found out exactly what it was, I was just that happy. I just felt like I needed to express myself and let everybody know I was, glad to be coming here.
Did you have the Aladdin soundtrack ready? Is that something?
No, I'm telling you, it was this organic. I went to iTunes and downloaded A Whole New World just so I could play it, and it was just, I felt like it was perfect.
What is it about Denver that you feel like it's going to be a whole new world?
I felt like they really wanted me. There was a lot of, I was hearing from a lot of different teams, like once my name got put on the trading block during the combine, this team may want you, this team may want you, but I always felt like it was more of, a strategic move for teams like, well, we don't necessarily need him, but we just don't want him playing on the team we play twice a year. When it came to the Broncos, it just felt like, nah, we want him. No, we want him here. He has a role that he can come in here and play, and that's all I've been looking for is a place where they want me.
Oh, and they want him in Denver.
You know what my favorite line of the entire
press conference or the movie?
The press conference.
Okay, the press conference.
He said, I woke up, I slept through 20 phone calls. How long are you sleeping, buddy?
He needs his sleep,
Good
man.
golly, man.
That was a long magic carpet ride to Denver. Come on.
I slept through 20 phone calls. What are you doing? What are you getting up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning?
That's the way I roll.
That's just crazy. Hey, why can't we get him on the show? I want to ask him some serious questions.
We could. We've had him on the show before. We could probably hook it up.
Yeah, but that was pre-Jeff. I want to ask him. I want to ask him some tight questions, like why is he wearing? I thought he was like a hippie type guy. He's a clean cut looking dude.
No, he is. In fact, he just tweeted out. Here's was his first day in Denver. His first 24 hours.
Okay.
Passed his physical. He had a press conference. We just heard some of it. He had a workout in his new home. He's trying to find a new apartment. And he's watching film with the great Steve Atwater. Remember, big-time safety for the Denver Broncos. And there's a picture of him and Atwater. Looks like drinking some 7-Ups and eating some pretzels and breaking down some tape.
We'll see how serious he is.
Sua Cravens wears Vans, in case you're wondering.
I've never owned a pair of Vans.
Yeah, your dad wouldn't let you.
Never. He said, you're not wearing that skateboarding crap. And I was really upset because all my friends had nice Vans. The checkered ones, the slip-ons. Yeah. I was not allowed to wear them. I need a pair of Vans. Somebody, give me a pair of Vans, size 14.
Those are big Vans.
I need some Vans. I need some damn Vans.
All right, so Sua Cravens is now a
for him.
Denver Bronco. He was introduced to the media. It's a done deal. He's eating pretzels and getting ready to be a Bronco.
We're going to get him on the air. I have questions to ask him.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at the Broncos Twitter right now. Just more about Sua Cravens. Yeah, they're excited to have him there, and he's excited to be in Denver, and why not? He needed a fresh start.
I do question a guy, though, that wears a polo shirt buttoned all the way to the top, for one, with a chain hanging out outside.
You know what? I think I've done that look before, though.
You've never done that.
No, I did that because I know I did that.
Why
Why
would you do that? You know
well,
what?
A, because I like Sua Cravens, and I know that's what Sua would do.
What
but
would
secondly,
what WWSD?
What would Sua do? He'd button up the polo all the way to the top.
But why would you wear a necklace on the outside?
No. Oh, I wouldn't wear a necklace, but I would button it up all the way.
But no, he's got a necklace on over it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
That's a ridiculous look. That's a goofy look.
Could be the Han Solo dice from the movie. I have no idea.
That's just a silly look. You wear a big chain over your nice polo shirt. You button all the way to the top. That's just silly. Sua, it's silly. Just silly. Anybody that's driving right now and listening to us, and
stop what you're doing.
If you have a necklace on the outside of your shirt,
put it back in
you're doing it wrong. It goes on the inside. You are doing it wrong. Tuck it in. Tuck it in right there. Let it get caught in your hairs.
Coming from the guy who cannot wear Vans.
No.
So if you're an employer and somebody came in and wanted a job and they had it up,
No, I wouldn't hire them. They'd say,
because the
hello.
baseball guys, like they steal second base and their chains are flying all over the place. It's part of the look.
Hey, have you seen those big? They look like they're like woven chains that the baseball players wear. You know what that is?
What?
That's the liner of a baseball. That's the seam of a baseball. Somebody gave me one of those.
They did?
They did. Some baseball player last year, some high school kid gave, hey, coach, you want one of these? It was red and black. And it was like the seam of the baseball.
Was that what they do in arts and crafts time? And
that's
put
what
those together? That is kind of cool.
That's what all major leaguers are doing, and I always felt like a major leaguer. I did. They take apart a baseball and they make you a necklace.
I think you've buttoned your polo shirt all the way up.
Sometimes I do, because if it's giant, I do. The one UCR gave me was like a 5X.
Yeah, I only do it like if my undershirt look torn or dingy,
or if it looks like a piece of bacon.
Yeah,
all wrinkly looking, bad looking T-shirt.
Yeah, I'll button it all the way up. Hey, are we wearing black polos for the UCR coaches show tomorrow?
Oh yeah, we got to wear our new black polos. They're good looking shirts.
Let's go ahead.
Slimming.
Let's go ahead and plug that real quick, because I have the graphic already as we wrap this up. The UC Riverside Coaches Show, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, live on Riverside TV from Lake Alice in downtown Riverside. We'll have tennis coach Mark Henry, golf superstar Brandon Sugimoto.
Oh, I know that guy. He's good.
The men's golf coach Rick Todd and the tennis coach Matthias Johansson. So, star-studded, but David Patrick will not be there. The new men's basketball coach. He was going to be there, but the crowd was going to be so huge, they didn't have the security to be able to maintain the frenzy.
Yeah,
is that safe to say?
I talked to David Patrick last night.
You were texting with him?
I did.
Look at you, Mr. Big Time.
No, I was going to see if he wanted to come in and mess with us today, but apparently he couldn't do it. But
he's laying on the down low.
He wanted to come in.
We had him on the show last week.
Yeah, he was going to come in and hang out, and we were going to mess with him and have fun, he said, but...
You know, he threw me for a curveball when we did the interview last week because he's from Australia.
He didn't sound Australian.
Mate. That's the thing. I was all ready to fire off the shot that said, "Who's your favorite Wiggle?" Oh, wait, hold on. What if he doesn't know who the Wiggles are?
He has to know who the Wiggles are.
What's his accent, mate? I was like, I don't know. Does he not even know who Captain Feathersword is?
No,
I was a little concerned.
But he's going to come in. He wanted to come in. I thought for sure he would show up today, but
he can't. They're keeping him under wraps. So next Wednesday, they're going to have a big introductory press conference.
You're
for
the
public.
MC.
I'm going to get all dressed up and MC it. I'm going to wear a tie. I might even shave.
You can't wear a tie. You got to wear your UCR shirt.
I might wear a UCR shirt. I don't know. I might even button it up all the way up because WWSD. What would Sua do? I might wear a chain on the outside, Jeff, just in spite of you.
I'll give you $50 if you wear a chain on the outside. I will. I'll give you $50.
I don't even have a chain.
You have puka shell still, I'm sure.
I'd have to look. I think my wife does.
Dude, if you wear a chain over your shirt, I would give you $50.
That would.
I would. Are we gonna do the show from UCR next week then?
I think we're gonna have to.
That's awesome. Let's do it.
All right, congrats to Sua Cravens, introduced by the Denver Broncos. When we come back, the voice of your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, Mike Lindskog, will be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
If you don't say you love it.
thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Sports IE 1350. KUBE AM Riverside.
Guy's 50. He's got a mustache.
Not according to birth certificate.
He's got documentation. Play ball!
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass, and Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. So, Jeff, we've been talking about,
Breaking news.
Oh, we do?
The Rams have made a trade for a wide receiver.
Big-time wide receiver?
The Patriots have traded wide receiver Brandon Cooks and a 4th-round pick to the Rams for the 23rd pick in the 2018 draft.
That's not bad.
He's not
a top-tier receiver, though, but not bad.
Not bad at all.
Brandon Cooks. You know, New England's really going through a metamorphosis of sorts. They're kind of unloading and reshaping what they look like letting guys go. And
Gronk might be on the block.
Gronk might be gone.
Woo!
Like they're just going to look different, I think, next year.
Yes, and the Rams.
But they always, as long as Belichick and Brady are around, they're still good. They're just, don't worry, don't go home and cry yourself to sleep because New England, they're losing all their guys. They're going to be fine. Tom Brady found the fountain of youth. Bill Belichick is cranky and crotchety as ever. They'll be just fine.
Yes, they will.
So Major League Baseball is upon us. We had their first opening weekend series, and now we're getting ready for California League Baseball. They're going to start on Thursday. So that's the hard thing. You know, the major league teams, they break for the season, and, they start the season, and they break camp, and all the minor league guys, they all kind of scurry their own way to go find their different affiliates around the country, including right here in the California League. So we got the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, proud affiliate of the Dodgers. The Inland Empire 66ers, proud affiliate of the Halos. And the Storm, proud affiliate of the San Diego Padres.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's a fun place to go watch a game.
Yeah, the Diamond. They're all great. Listen, I've been to some really stinky stadiums.
Oh, yeah, you've been to a few.
My least favorite on that list was probably Visalia. Visalia was kind of
What's that one that used to be on the way out to driving out to Lake Los Angeles or Antelope Valley, way out there? It's
Lancaster?
Lancaster. That's
I've been to the launch pad.
You drive out there and there's just dirt. A lot of dirt, a lot of trees, a lot of dirt. Small trees, dirt. And
I went out there to Lancaster once for some baseball, Cal League baseball. Wildfires all around me, storm, dust. It was like a scene from a movie.
Yeah.
But right now, let's go to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. He is the Vin Scully of the Inland Empire. His voice fills the summer air. Nobody loves baseball more than Mike Lindskog. Nobody. He is the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. You can hear him all season long here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Mike, how are you today?
Wow, that is quite the intro. That's really a billing to live up to. A lot of pressure on me right now. How are you, fellas?
We like to set the bar really high, Mike, so no pressure.
You've done so. Mission accomplished. Well done.
So what's it like in your life right now? Is you're 2 days away from opening night, first game of the season? Is it just nuts around Rancho Cucamonga?
It is. I'm not sure if my wife is going to be listening to this interview, so I have to answer very politically correct. Things are great, and everyone's happy about baseball season being here. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, baseball's here. We're all jacked. We're all excited. The season is really. We're ready for it. The Quakes are in town now, and of course in Stockton for the opener on Thursday. Back home in Rancho Cucamonga for the home opener on Thursday, April 12th. It's a good time to be a Dodger fan. Good time to be a Quakes fan. We're pumped, man. We're ready to go.
I feel your pain, except for my season's football, and I tell my wife and kids adios. I'll see you at Christmas. It sounds like yours is the baseball season.
Yeah, it takes me away from the family for a good 6 months. But I got a 4-year-old little boy who loves coming to the ballpark, and the wife is a sports fan and very supportive. So I got it pretty good, man. I got it pretty good.
Now, Mike, everybody wants to know. Here's the big question. We were talking about this during the commercial. What does Mike do in the off season? Where do you live? Are you a fisherman? What are you doing on the off season?
Well, at the end of Pulp Fiction, where Jules says he roams the earth, that's me in the off season. No, so I live here locally. My family and I here, we live in Fontana. Just 10 minutes from the ballpark. I'm a full-time Southern California resident and proud member of the community and all that good stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of PR things. Do little sales, marketing and advertising and promotions and all that kind of good stuff. Do a lot of community visits. Do some school visits. Read to some kids. Go out there with our buddy Tremor and make some appearances within the community. So all in all, it keeps me busy. And then of course all those preparations for opening day. And we're just excited that it's finally here.
Well, the next time you go read to a school, and I'm sure kids love hearing your voice and reading Green Eggs and Ham or whatever it may be, I just want them to introduce you as, hey guys, this is the Vin Scully of the Inland Empire, Mike Lindskog.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Yes.
Yes, Vin Scully of Green Eggs and Ham. I'm actually going to have my business cards reprinted for that.
Good. There's still 2 days for opening night, so there's still time. So, Mike, when do you guys head up to Stockton? Do you guys head up tomorrow? Or because I don't think you head up the day of, do you, for the first game?
No, we go a day early, so we'll be nice and cozy in a hotel on Wednesday night, and then wake up in Stockton, lovely, beautiful Stockton, on Thursday morning, and we'll fire up on Thursday evening right here on Fox Sports 1350.
Well, you joke about Stockton, but I've been to Bakersfield. I know that's not on the list anymore. I've been to Visalia. I've been to some of those other places too. Stockton's not too bad.
Yeah, well, actually, Stockton's the back half of the road trip. I beg your pardon. Yeah, see, last year we actually opened in Stockton and threw a no-hitter as part of that opening series, and we actually opened in Visalia this week. I beg your pardon. And then,
even better.
In Stockton on Monday. Yeah, so
even better.
Yes. And it's baseball season. I don't even have my facts straight. I don't know where I'm going tomorrow.
Hey, Mike.
Are you kidding me?
By the way, you're going to Visalia tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tell your wife.
I just go where the bus takes me. I just go where the bus takes me. I got a ticket that says one way somewhere. I'll just land where I go.
Now, Mike, how hard is it to kind of grasp a knowledge of this team when it's thrown at you basically today, on media day? How hard is it for you to get all the facts and kind of get prepared to go into the season? Because Pep and I do a lot of play-by-play stuff, but it's thrown at you pretty quickly, and you have to. I mean, you've got to go right into being a pro come Thursday night.
Well, it's not easy. It's not perfect. I mean, there's certainly a lot less information available on the minor leaguers than there are, say, the teams in the big leagues and all the research that you can do on the Dodgers. But the internet has made some great strides. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you can find some stuff on the internet out there. It's a lot of research, and you just you read your info and you get a chance to buddy up to the guys here in the first couple of days and try to tell some stories over that first series before things start coming easy and you really get to know guys and their tendencies and their preferences. So that first series is fun because it's all new and it's all different. You're getting accustomed to some new players, but again, there's information out there that we can research.
Talking with Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Mike, let's name drop for a second. Who are some of the former Quakes, guys who turned into superstars, or maybe even just made it to the major league level for that matter? But who are some of the guys that you called while in Rancho Cucamonga that turned into be pretty good big leaguers?
It's a pretty ridiculous list, frankly. Like we're so blessed with the talent and the crop of guys that have come in here. Obviously, for the last 8 seasons, it's been all Dodgers. Prior to that, it was the Angels, and of course, going back to our roots in 1993, we were affiliated with the Padres. So, really a tremendous laundry list of former Quakes in the who's who. Mike Trout wore a Quakes uniform, and obviously he gained some name recognition along the way since his days in Rancho Cucamonga. He's arguably the best player on the planet. Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, Yasiel Puig, Jock Peterson, some pretty substantial, guys that are, huge members of the Dodgers. Of course, have roots here in Rancho with some real time on their resume. And then, of course, the really neat thing about us being so close to the Dodgers, 45 minutes, or so away from Dodger Stadium, all the rehabbers that get to come in here. We've had Clayton Kershaw in a Quakes uniform, and even though he didn't quote-unquote pitch here, on his way through the minor league system, he's still a former Quake because, he's worn the uniform. We've had him on rehab a couple of times, and that goes true for, some of these other guys. Matt Kemp was here a couple of times over the years, Adrian Gonzalez, Andre Ethier were some big Dodger names. Obviously, they've moved on, but those guys were all-time Dodger greats here in the last several years, and they've been here and worn Rancho uniforms. So again, the names that we've gotten to call and the opportunity for the fans to come out here and see not only the Dodgers of the future with the young guys, but the Dodger rehabbers. Justin Turner, Rich Hill, Kenta Maeda. All these guys started in the World Series last year, and they all played in Rancho just last year. So it's really cool, the opportunity and the relationship that we've got with the Dodgers.
Hey, and Mike, finally, I know Rancho Cucamonga does such a great job of making the entire fan experience a great one. When guys come out, families come out, maybe it's not just about the baseball, it's about the entertainment, everything else besides the baseball when you go out to a game, if that makes sense. What are some of the cool promotions that we're going to find at Quakes games this year, including you guys are going to be Los Temblores, right, for several Thursday nights?
Yeah, I won't critique your Spanish on that, but that was not bad. That was pretty good there. The big draw for us, and obviously this is true for opening night as well, is fireworks. Everybody enjoys coming to the ballpark and seeing a post-game fireworks display, and that's true for all of our Saturday night home games. So, if we're in town and it's Saturday night, the sky is going to be filled with fireworks. So that's something the fans have always been able to count on. And of course, we also have fireworks on opening night, Thursday, April the 12th, and so that's the big draw. Aside from that, however, we got some staples. The Friday night family feast nights, thanks to Family RV. We've got a number of different bobblehead nights this year. We'll be doing Kike Hernandez. We'll be doing, I believe, Yasiel Puig, perhaps. I think there's going to be a fan vote. There's a Corey Seager. There's a Cody Bellinger bobblehead. So bobbleheads are still the rage around here, and so we do real well on those nights as well because fans obviously still get into that. And then the Temblores promotion that you talked about, minor league baseball continues to be very proactive in getting teams involved in the Hispanic market. So there's like 33 teams, I believe there are, throughout the United States that are going to embrace kind of a Hispanic identity, if you will. And Los Temblores is the literal, direct Spanish translation for the Quakes. And we will assume that identity for, I think it's 6 select Sunday games later on in the second half. And it's going to be, it's going to really be done right. Some of the public address announcements around the ballpark will be done in Spanish. There'll be some Spanish signage, all new uniforms with a T for Temblores instead of our traditional, cracked Q with the fault line going through it. So it's going to be a real neat identity change for us and something that minor league baseball as a whole will embrace, and it's going to be neat.
Okay, here's our big question. Pep and I are big nerds, huge nerds.
Big.
I've heard that.
He's heard that, Jeff.
Hey, are you guys going to have a Star Wars night again this year?
Shoot, come on.
We love it.
Of course we will.
We love the Star Wars more than anything. We have some Star Wars rally monkeys in here. We're going to come out and see that Star Wars night.
What does a Star Wars rally monkey look like? Is it a Jedi monkey?
No, he's a stormtrooper.
Where did you get that at Disneyland, or where'd you get that?
No. Got that at the Big A, my friend.
Oh, you did?
At the Big A. It was gifted to me. But yeah, it's a stormtrooper, but he's got a round helmet. It's not a really very good-looking one.
Okay, so it's the Angels rally monkey in a stormtrooper uniform. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so it's not even a Jedi. He's just a number. He's a stormtrooper.
He's just
you gotta do better than
that. Look at Mike.
He is just part of the
second level Star Wars on us.
He's part of the 501st.
But maybe we can get Trimmer in like a Darth Vader mask or something
awesome.
like that.
Yes. Star Wars Night has been a huge success around here, and that goes without saying. Of course, the success of the films, and since they've obviously redone some things here, and it's got new popularity, and so our Star Wars Nights, we do one every year. We partner actually with Safeco Insurance, and they do some really great things. We do Star Wars jerseys that are auctioned off, and the proceeds benefit Alzheimer's Greater Los Angeles. So it's a neat proposition as well. So we get to have fun and act like kids, Disneyland style with the Star Wars stuff out here. But in addition, proceeds for those jerseys go to Alzheimer's Greater Los Angeles, and that's of course a great cause. So it's a fun night. That's going to be May the 12th this year, and. Yes, I invited.
Hey,
that's really good. Actually. He's a Star Wars nerd. I don't have to ask. I already know.
All I know is I have a 5-year-old, a 1-year-old, and an 11-year-old, and we will all be out there in force.
Oh, look at pun intended.
I see what you did there with the force.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. You are the best. We appreciate it. And hopefully we can do this a lot more throughout the season.
Yes, thank you for having us on. And, again, tickets are available, rcquakes.com. Fellas, we'll hopefully see you real soon out here at the ballpark.
No problem. Hey, Mike, by the way, you're going to Visalia tomorrow, so I just want to remind you.
I'll check the itinerary. I appreciate that heads up.
You're the best, Mike.
Right there. Pro tip.
You're the best, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, that's Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. His voice fills the summer air around the IE.
I think we need to do a show from there. That would be awesome. We can do
maybe Star Wars night.
Is that a Saturday? It might be a Saturday, yeah. But you and I, we've done shows all over the world.
I think the Epicenter might be next.
That would be awesome. I love that place.
It's a beautiful stadium.
Oh, it's really nice.
And Mike's been awesome. Like he mentioned when Clayton Kershaw came back to rehab. I remember Andre Ethier was there. Matt Kemp when he was with the Dodgers the first time. When these guys come back and rehab, Mike Lindskog's been awesome to us. So we're excited to have them back here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. And you can tell Mike's got a great attitude and a personality to go with it. And he's a Star Wars nerd. We just found out. It's official.
First game is Thursday night, 6:50 is the pregame.
6:50 pregame right here on Fox Sports IE as they will be in Visalia. Yeah, so Visalia and then Stockton, it sounds like.
I think you just said before this, you said you've been to some smelly
I've been to some real places.
Like Visalia.
Like Visalia.
Is it that bad?
It's not that bad.
Is it like...
But, compared to Rancho Cucamonga, yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
Compared to the Epicenter, that's a beautiful stadium out there in the Cook.
And then the one you said in Lancaster is what'd you call it?
No, the Lancaster one was okay.
Now, what is that used for now?
The High Desert's the one.
Adelanto doesn't have the team. Lancaster still has the Jethawks, the launch pad.
High Desert. Which is the one that's like driving off the 80? It's out there in the middle of nowhere.
That must be Adelanto.
Yeah, there's no. That's a nice stadium, but in the middle of nowhere.
No, yeah, they're not up there. They're gone. But they do still have the Lancaster Jethawks, which isn't a bad stadium. They have a big rocket ship out front.
Oh yeah.
And last time I was there, it was like wildfires and there's wind blowing everywhere and there was dust and it was like Tatooine, man. It was weird.
It was
really weird. So, anyways, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, golf, anyone?
Golf.
Tee it up. Oh, we're going to tee it all the way up.
Golf. It's called golf.
Rich Jeff, deep in OC, would love this next segment. Oh. We'll talk Tiger. We'll talk the Masters and also Ricky Fowler, the pride of Murrieta Valley High School. Will he be in the hunt to win it all on Sunday and put on that green jacket? We'll talk about that when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended, and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. What a Tuesday, and a big thanks to Mike Lindskog, the voice of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. Because we all had a theory that, baseball season, Lindskog, all over California, calling great baseball games. And then we thought in the offseason he, either gets on a boat and goes up to Alaska and fishes for salmon, or maybe he goes deep into the jungles of Cambodia. We weren't sure where Mike Lindskog spent his off seasons, but come to find out, it's Fontana.
Hanging out. As a 4-year-old, found that out. My vision though was that he was hunting sturgeon on the rivers of America, hunting down the greatest caviar in the world, black caviar. The stuff the Russians would eat.
They said in Lake Shasta, up by the Shasta Dam, where it's really deep, they said at the bottom of the lake, near the dam, there were prehistoric sturgeon, like giant sturgeon, prehistoric, that have survived millions of years.
That is awesome.
And once in a while, they come up to the surface. That was the legend. They also said, remember, that there was aliens under Mount Shasta, but you can,
maybe there's
got to be some truth.
But, hey, I was a professional noodler. Did you know that? Did you know?
No.
Do you know what a noodler is?
No, I do know what a noodler is because I had a friend jump in a ditch, and it wasn't a catfish, but it was called a suckerfish, and it looked kind of like
That's what they're called. They're called a Picassimus.
Really?
The suckerfish are called a Picassimus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
You do noodling?
I'm a professional noodler.
You're not.
Seriously, I used to go to Arkansas in my off time.
In the Ozarks? Like deep in the Ozarks?
Deep in the Ozarks. And I would always try to go put my hand in some sort of dirty, wet hole in the river, and hopefully I would pull out a catfish. Sometimes though, snapping turtle would take my fingers off. Several times I had to go to the ER and I say, hey guys, I just got a snapping turtle, bit these suckers off. Can you sew them back on? But I tell you what, noodling is one of those things. It's a passion of mine. It's a passion. I don't tell very many people. But
Google noodling.
He had snapping turtles.
Snapping turtles.
Yeah, people jump on his back.
Yeah, Scott Brooks, head coach of the Wizards.
I was a professional noodler.
Coach K was in your living room.
And it's an obsession.
You shake him with the missing fingers from the snapping turtles?
Well, if you notice, they're all kind of broken looking anyways because they've been sewed back on. But yes, it's a passion of mine. I love to noodle more than almost anything.
I think we would have got along in our younger years.
Oh, I would have. We used to go down to the river bottom down here in Riverside by the Fairmount Park when we were kids. And we would get like buckets, those big paint buckets. We'd fill them with crawdads.
I went crawdad fishing.
Well, we used to do it all the time. We'd put them in the paint buckets, and we'd ride home on our bikes. And sometimes we'd lose a few off the side while we were riding. It was hot in the middle of the summer. Like,
that guy's going to sizzle.
He's sizzling. But we would take it, and we'd go to our buddy's house on our street. We really didn't like this guy.
You didn't eat him, right?
No. We just watched him. And we'd put him in his bathtub. And there'd be like hundreds of these things in there. And his mom would come home. What are you doing? We'd have to get him, and we'd take him. We'd throw him in like people's pools or people's ponds.
Mess with people.
Yeah, remember mud puppies?
Mud puppies.
You don't remember mud puppies? They were like salamander type things. They were like fish. And that's what you used to, that's good fishing, man. You use mud puppies to fish.
No, I didn't know that.
That's how you catch good catfish. You use the mud puppies. They're like amphibians.
We use like marshmallow and blackberries.
Yeah, they're mud puppies, and people eat them in the South. Yeah, but yeah, we used to go all the time down to the river bottom and catch all kinds of weird stuff. We didn't find it, but one time, I don't know if it
found you.
No, there was a story that at the river bottom down by Fairmount Park, somebody caught a shark. Not there, they caught a shark off the ocean and brought it and put it in the river bottom, and the shark was like living for like a couple hours. It was a big giant shark.
No.
Yeah, it was like living in the river water for a short time.
No.
And then it died, and there was like a big carcass, and the Press Enterprise covered it. There was a shark. There was a shark in
like how long are we talking about? A couple feet long?
No, that was like 4 or 5 feet long. It was a good-sized shark, but it was a big story. I remember reading it. I was like, wow. So we went down the next day, and we were looking for sharks because that's what little boys do. Hey, there's going to be a shark in here. But yeah,
dude, we would have totally got along.
We fished all the time. We used to take our fishing poles, get on the back of our bikes, and ride all over Riverside.
I caught crawdads. Jason Murphy and I would jump in the irrigation ditches and catch sucker fish with our hands.
Picassimus.
Then in Humboldt, because the Humboldt Bay feeds right into the Pacific Ocean, they'd have tiger sharks that swam in.
Oh.
And they weren't too big.
Yeah, still though.
They were probably maybe 2 or 3 feet long. And I told my buddy, Steve Blanche, loved fishing, big fly fisherman. It was really muddy in the bay. Like if you stepped in there, it'd probably be 3 or 4 feet high.
Yeah.
I said, listen, if we ever catch a tiger shark and you land one, I'll go through the mud. I'll grab it with my bare hands and bring it to shore.
That's what kids always say, though.
I know. That's what I said. I'm like, so what would we do? We'd go get some burgers and fries. We'd go down to the bay and we'd start fishing. All we caught were crabs, and they actually ate them. I don't like seafood, but they would eat the crabs. But we always try, like, one of these times we're going to get a shark. And when you do, I promise you, I'm going to jump out there in the mud, and I'm going to wrestle this thing with my bare hands, and I'm going to bring it to shore.
Well, I've caught many sharks. Little sharks.
You have?
Yeah.
Like, what's little?
Rich Jeff here. No, Mark Guard, my buddy Mark, coach of Hoopa Valley, our buddy had a big giant boat in Huntington Beach. And it was just in the docks in Huntington Beach. We'd sit out in the back of the boat and catch sharks in the bay. And we'd catch like 10 of them a day. Big, 3-footers. You
catch and release. You just throw them back.
Yeah, catch and release. We caught what are those flat flounders? They're called halibuts. Just for the halibut. I caught a halibut one time in the bay, and it was a record breaker. So we kept it. We took it back to
It was a record breaker?
Oh, it was giant.
How'd you know it was a record breaker?
Because they had outside the marina, they had the list of the biggest fish caught. And I caught the biggest fish for that week or whatever. It was a halibut, just for the halibut. So I caught it. We took it back to Mark's house, and it looked like we murdered somebody in his kitchen.
Ugh.
There was blood everywhere. His wife walked in. There was blood in the grout.
You ate it? Or somebody ate it?
Oh, yeah, we ate it. It was good fish, man. It's a halibut. That's a good fish. But it looked like we murdered somebody in his kitchen.
See, I don't do seafood. I'm going to take your word for it.
How do you not like seafood?
I just don't. Not even a little bit.
Crabs are fantastic.
No, you know those, the steakhouses where they cook the steak and the meat?
Yeah,
and the noodles.
A teppanyaki.
Yeah, right in front of you,
yeah,
right?
Teppanyaki.
Well, there's this place. I won't say their name, but they cook shrimp right in front of you, and they're like, oh, they pick someone around the table. You know, they flip
it.
Yeah, they flip the shrimp to you. You have to catch it in your mouth.
Yeah.
So of course he picks me, and of course I got great aim. So I catch it. So I got to sit there and eat the shrimp in front of everybody, which most people would be like, oh, that shrimp, that's great. I was like, this is disgusting. I wanted to spit it out so bad, and I just ate it.
But you caught it though.
But I caught it. I just didn't want to eat it. Now, in hindsight, I'm like, I should have missed on purpose.
You should have.
But then, see, they're relentless, though. They would have been like, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one.
That's terrible. I would have eaten it. I like those bottom-dwelling creatures. I don't like fish too much, though. But I like crab and what else?
Yeah, as my wife says, God put them at the bottom of the ocean for a reason. Let's not eat them.
They just eat all the
shrimp,
fish food.
Crabs, crawdads.
Yeah.
We never ate the crawdads because we caught them in this creek that didn't. It was pretty.
You mean a creek?
This creek that was pretty stagnant. It didn't move very much.
Ooh, bugs.
So even if I wanted to eat them, my parents would be like, "Come on, that water is probably nasty." I had a friend named Brandon. Brandon tried to sell them. He'd go with his bucket on the street corner.
He would?
Yeah, and he tried to sell the crawdads for $1 each. Nobody would buy them. Nobody wanted crawdads from the creek.
Crawdads from the creek.
Nobody wanted crawdads from the creek.
God, you are so weird. You say the weirdest things. Crick.
Man, country music, man. Blackberries, crawdads, man. That was me.
Would you call it a crick or a creek?
Crick, man.
Greg, what would you call it? A creek? A creek. See, you're like from another planet.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't understand you.
Say Lytle
Crick.
Lytle Crick?
Yeah.
I don't understand you.
Crick.
I don't understand you sometimes.
I say rough up on the roof, not roof.
You don't say roof?
You see roof?
I say roof.
How do you say crayon?
Crayon.
Well, of course,
like a real man.
We've discussed this was a big argument.
Yeah.
I even had to go to Crayon just to tell them. Remember that? The pronunciation.
You had to tweet at Crayon to get to the bottom of it.
And they said Crayon. Yeah.
Crayon. What was the other one? Crown?
People are going, Smedberg goes crane.
No.
It's not. It's crayon.
No.
Cullen.
Cullen does too, but
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Cullen's a dummy. He's like 18. He has no clue.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No. Did we even talk sports that last?
Hey, we're going to right now. We're going to talk sports for about 3 minutes.
Right.
Maybe 4 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
It's going to be really close.
All right. Okay.
The Masters. Who's going to put on the green jacket on Sunday at Augusta? Will it be Tiger Woods? He's 42 years old. He's back. He looks great. He's going to wear red on Sunday like a shark, smelling all that blood in the water. He's won the Masters 4 times.
He has.
But he hasn't played in it since 2015. But it's just good to see him back in the mix, right?
I think golf is better when Tiger Woods is playing well.
I don't remember the name of the tournament. Remember I told you I came in on Monday. I'm like, guess what I watched yesterday?
Tiger Woods.
I watched golf. I never watched golf on TV. I watched golf because Tiger Woods was in the hunt. He was near the top of the leaderboard, and that was good enough for me. I watched golf.
He must be having a lot of girlfriends again. Maybe that's why he's playing well.
Hey, whatever.
He's at the top of his game when he was messing with all those hookers and Waffle House managers.
When Tiger Woods got on the straight and narrow,
then he just went to crap.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
No, I hope he's back to his he lives in a den of iniquity.
He has not played in a major championship event since he missed the cut at the 2015 PGA Championship.
Wow.
It's been a while. It's 2018. That was 3 years ago.
I hope he wins.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he came back and won the Masters?
And talking smack to everybody.
Unbelievable. All right, well, some people want Tiger Woods. I'll be watching because I want to see what Tiger Woods is going to do.
Okay.
And hopefully, I think he'll make the cut. Hopefully, he's near the top of the leaderboard come Sunday. That'll get everyone tuned in. But if Tiger Woods doesn't win, hopefully it's our boy Ricky Fowler, the pride of Murrieta Valley High School, the Nighthawks. They love him.
They do. He has a flat hat.
They should build a statue of Ricky Fowler out front.
He's got the
a
best,
Nighthawk way.
He's got the best-looking girlfriend on the tour. She's an athlete.
He's done okay for himself.
Allison Stokey is his girlfriend. She used to be the pole vaulter at University of California.
Really?
Now she is a fitness model and still a pole vaulter.
The girlfriend of Ricky Fowler.
Yes.
He's doing okay.
He's doing fine.
He made it.
He made it.
They should build him a statue. Here's Ricky Fowler talking about the Masters. Trying to, go low at Augusta and win that green jacket.
It's understandable. You get pretty excited when you're on the grounds at Augusta, and this course is a little bit more of a challenging walk physically when you're out there hitting shots and walking around, spending the whole day out here. It'll wear on you. So I think a big thing is making sure you're rested come Thursday, and especially once you get looking into the rest of the week, you want to be rested and ready to go for Saturday and Sunday. So for me, I feel like coming off of playing last week, feel like we took care of a lot of things on the game side of it. I think the biggest thing is kind of the mental side, making sure that's spot on this week. But playing 9 today, tomorrow, I've been around this course enough times. I know where I'm supposed to go. It's about executing and making sure we take care of that.
And here with Ricky.
Okay, Ricky, that's enough. I'm sorry, we got caught up in noodling. I didn't know Jeff was so into noodling.
Oh, man.
You've been noodling for years.
It's a passion of mine.
It's a passion.
There is nothing. You know what? Honestly, it almost broke my wife and I up because I was so into it. I was spending all of our extra cash going noodling, putting my hands in some
like noodling tournaments.
Oh man, it was
deep in the Ozarks.
It almost damn near cost me my marriage. I have to say, it was
those
and
catfish.
My fingers. Those catfish, man, they're
ugly. They're big. They're big and ugly.
Man, I was catching 35-pounders on just every 5 minutes. I was catching them. That's how good I was. I was professional.
That was Ricky Fowler, by the way.
He's got a flat hat
from the Masters.
He's got a really flat hat.
Yeah,
I don't like flat hats.
Yeah, well, come on. He can do whatever he wants. He's one of the greatest golfers in the world.
His girlfriend's good looking.
Good looking.
All right, that's all right.
It's all good.
Local guy.
It's all good.
All good.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m., more exclusive details about the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic. El Clasico is back this Saturday at RCC. We'll hoop it up and talk that when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
I'm bigger than you. I'm higher in the food chain. Get in my belly.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
That's all.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Sometimes the show's so good we like to reflect on what we've done so far. We were sitting back and Greg's like, what have we talked about today? Mike Lindskog's the Vince Scully of the Inland Empire. We've talked about noodling. Crawdads.
Yes.
Golf. We talked
golf.
What else did we talk about
Boats.
today? Pretty good show.
Yeah, we always talk stuff.
Pretty good show. It's going to get...
Coach K visiting.
And Coach K at Jeff's house.
At my house.
Mike Krzyzewski.
Hanging out with my mom and dad
in Riverside.
Yeah.
Toilet at the Gorham.
Did he use your bathroom?
I think they all did. Who wouldn't? After our long trip.
But hold on. Can you so when the coaches come visit you, can you take pictures with them?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. This is 30 years ago.
Was he Coach K at the time? Was he like, whoa, it's Coach K?
Oh, yeah, you know, he was still huge. I mean, he was big. They were the number one team in the country, and it was 30 years ago.
There's got to be a picture floating around with you and Coach K in your living room.
I have handwritten letters from Coach K.
Was it before or after you told him you noodled?
Oh, no. Everybody was aware of my noodling. In fact, when I was being recruited, I had to find some good noodling holes.
You're like, sorry, that's too far from the nearest noodling hole.
Yeah.
Don't show me the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
I don't care anything about
I don't care about the nightlife. I don't care where the movie theater is.
Give me a lake.
Where's the catfish?
Trees.
Where's the noodling hole?
And catfish.
Yeah. Muddy waters.
Someplace that I can noodle, because you know what it is.
I must have a lake.
There's
somewhere on campus.
Give me a lake and some fish.
That's how I met a lot of my girlfriends too.
Noodling?
I'd say, hey, what are you doing over there? And they go, what are you doing? I'd say, I'm catching fish. What kind of fish you catching? Catfish. How you catching them? With my bare hands, baby. And then they go, are you serious? I go, yeah, you want to come on over and check it out? And I grab these catfish, and they bite my arm.
So manly.
They'd bite my arm all the way up to my elbow, and I'd pull them out. I grab their heart almost with my hand. I'd pull them out of the water, and the women just loved it. I'm telling you, they were groupies. They were noodling groupies.
Noodling groupies?
Oh, yeah. They were amazing, beautiful women, too. I'm telling you, there's groupies for, like, rock stars. There's groupies for pro athletes. And then there's the noodling groupies. And the noodling groupies, man, there's something special.
That sounds like a Google alert if I ever heard one.
Hey, they would have 3 or 4 teeth. They had a lot of tattoos.
The girls or the fish?
Both. But, man, there's nothing better than getting on a good noodle and just grabbing a big giant fish that bites you right in your forearm and wakes you up too. But if you get a snapping turtle, like I said, you lose fingers, and it's not a fun time because you got to find the fingers in the mud. When you find those fingers, you got to put them in ice right away.
Holy smokes. I'm going to go back to a tweet from the year was 2012. And some guy named Colton.
Oh, yeah, Colton.
Just by chance.
Hey, no, Colton.
Just by chance.
Colton was a really good noodler. Yeah, he's really good. I've heard of Colton.
He tweeted, I bet if more guys started noodling, the groupies would do that too.
It's true. I had lots of groupies.
And this guy wrote back, he's like, bro, there's no way I'm ever noodling.
They don't know.
I know. So
I was an all-American noodler, actually. It was a very small, select group. There was only about 10 of us. Colton was part of that, though. He was part of that group. He was really good. He was a left-handed noodler. I'm a right-handed noodler.
He's a southpaw.
He's a southpaw. I would go right-hand because
you got to go with your dominant hand. Because really, you're going in with one hand. You might lose that one hand.
Yeah.
But you're going in with your dominant.
You're going in with your dominant, and then you gotta grab the tail with your left hand as you pull it out, and then you throw it in a boat in your dinghy. It's the only time I ever had a dinghy, though. I've moved on up
to a yacht.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Now, noodling the shark, though, couldn't do it. Lose your arm.
Oh, no, that's not going to end well.
I thought about it. Sand sharks you could because they don't have teeth. Did you know that?
Sand sharks?
They don't have teeth. They have nubs, just tiny little nubs, like human teeth. When they bite you, you just go, ow! But it doesn't bite your arm off. Are you looking at more noodling?
Oh, there's all kinds of good stuff. But we got to talk about the basketball game real quick.
Oh, there's a big game coming on here. We got some good teams.
The 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic is coming back. It's for basketball. It's not for noodling, although that would be pretty impressive if we could do the Inland Sports All-Star Noodling competition.
That would be awesome.
The wheels are turning. Could we make that would be actually some good video? That'd be pretty funny.
Put out some prize money.
Oh, but you'd win it. You'd have to take you out of the competition.
Yeah, I would maybe be the chairperson or the president.
The executive director.
Yeah, I could do that, but yeah, you couldn't have me in it.
Well, the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Basketball Game is coming up. It's this Saturday at RCC. We'd love to see everybody out there. 5 o'clock, the girls will play. Right after will be the boys, about 7 o'clock at RCC. Jeff, you have the rosters. We've added some names. It's a real who's who around the Inland Empire.
It is. We've got the great shooter Tobin Kund out of Riverside Poly. We got Josh Hardiman, the athletic big man from Tockwitz. You got the North is represented really well. You got Edwin Collins, Mason Westlake, the great shooter, LaShawn Jackson, and Melvin Walker, son of Tony Walker. Got Jason Forte, Cameron Brown from Cajon, Jared Elliott of La Sierra, Cameron Wright of Kaiser's going to come down, Lamont Evans of Pacific, Jared Williams of Roosevelt, Mikhail Williams of Roosevelt, as they like to say, Brendan Wade and David Agba. I'm telling you, there's some good teams, some good players. Osman Manzareh from Hillcrest will be represented, a CIF champion. Jeremiah Martin, the big basketball stud, might be playing in the game if he's back from Vegas.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is the who's who. Once again, we've done well. The Riverside Classic, the Inland Sports Show, 4th annual.
And you have the coaches.
I do. Should I name them?
Do they want to be named?
Do they want to be named?
Do they want to be named?
We have two of our close friends. We have the first guy coaching Team Macy. He was a Riverside Poly basketball coach. He coached Reggie Miller. He's been at Harupa Valley for
He was Reggie Miller's head coach?
His dad was. Remember?
Yeah,
Arlo, the great Arlo guard. But Mark Guard will be coaching Team Macy. Just got inducted into the Citrus Belt Athletic Directors Hall of Fame.
The best of the best.
The best of the best. And then for Team Tarkanian, guy we like to poke fun at. I figured he's never coached in our game. He won 5 league championships in a row. We never had him. Until this year. He got like 3rd or 4th. Justin Norman is going to be the coach of Team Tarkanian. We wanted to highlight these coaches, good guys, good friends of the show, and really buy into the community and love what we're doing.
Have you ever seen Mark Guard without a mustache?
Yes.
Yeah?
Not live, but when he was in high school, there's a Hall of Fame picture in Riverside Poly's locker room, and there's a picture of Mark Guard without his mustache.
Does he look like a different guy?
His lip looks like it's about 4 inches wide.
I would love to put something on the line like, if Justin Norman's team wins, Mark Guard has to shave his mustache. Or if Mark Guard wins, Justin Norman would have to
shave his head.
Shave his head or dye it blue. Or
yeah, because he got the reddest hair.
Shave a JV for Harupa Valley in it.
We could maybe work on something. Those two guys are fun. You know, 2 of my best friends. Mark Guard was my best man at my wedding. Holy cow. Justin Norman was in there too. Yeah, so good. It's going to be a good time. Great bunch of guys. We got Andrew Schneider from Santa Rosa Academy as well. We have a couple guys, Francis Dogani from Heritage.
Yes.
And then the great baseball player, Brian Landon.
The All-American.
Everybody's All-American who signed at Cal State Fullerton. He's trying to find out if he's able to play in this game.
He's going to play.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of big guys in this game here. A lot of big bodies.
We're excited. One final time to showcase these guys and celebrate them. We'll be talking more about it. In fact, we're going to be popping in for practice tomorrow night at RCC, the All-Star practice.
A little walkthrough, kind of guys, familiarize guys with the teams, and just kind of have fun. Nothing serious. And I tell you what, game will be televised.
Teen Vision TV 16, Johnny Boy and his team will be out there. And RCC really is the perfect setup for a TV broadcast because they have the upper tier, like that kind of that concourse level.
Yeah.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
And it's really nice to be in Riverside this year. We try to change the venue every single year, but we decided that, RCC really is the best venue to it's
the
central,
best, Jerry.
The best, and we do the best here at the Inland Sports Show.
When we come back on the show, we'll talk a little Dodger baseball. If you didn't stay up late last night, deep into the Inland Empire night, as they finished in, 15 innings? Longest game in Arizona history, almost 6 hours long.
We were up till 12:30 last night.
You were?
Yes.
What were you watching? You're on spring break.
I'm on spring break. We were watching sports. The wife and I hanging out.
You not watch it like a movie? Last Jedi?
No, we watched that show on Netflix I've told you about.
Oh,
Jerry Seinfeld. What is it?
I'm sorry. I was gonna cut you off at the path.
What is it? Have you been watching it?
No, I just watched the one. Speaking of boats and noodling, Jerry Seinfeld took Jimmy Fallon out on the lake.
Oh, yeah. You got to watch that show. Anybody listening, check it out on Netflix. I think it's Jerry Seinfeld, comedians driving in cars to get coffee.
Yes, I think you're exactly right.
A great show, 15 minutes long. We watched a bunch of those last night.
Well, it's going to be a great game. Once again, if you're watching this live and amplified on the channel, Inland Sports All-Star Classic, Saturday, 5 p.m. the girls. Boys play at 7 o'clock. The top seniors in the Inland Empire, Justin Norman and Mark Guard, the head coaches for the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic. When we come back, we'll talk Dodger baseball.
Doyers.
And the history of noodling. I got some noodling details I'd love to pass along. Real slippery details.
I'm borderline Hall of Fame there. Nowhere else but in the noodling Hall of Fame.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Help! I've been deported! I'm in Tijuana!
I Played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
Beastie Boys! Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. That's Jeff Gorham. That's Greg Holla. I'm Pep Fernandez. Brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Ken Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass, and Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. All right, Jeff, should we talk Dodgers or noodling?
Noodling, baby!
First. Okay, we'll go noodling first. Our leadoff hitter will be noodling this hour. Listen, I'm probably singing to the choir. You probably already know all this because you are the noodling pro.
Are you going to talk about the Tawakoni tournament that I'm going to be in? the noodling tournament?
The what one?
It's the Tawakoni noodling tournament. It's in West Tawakoni, Texas. It's in June. Are
you going back to that one to defend your title?
No.
Raise the belt one more time?
I might come out of retirement for the fingers. You know, wife and kids, they want to go on a road trip, and why not?
After it almost broke up your marriage, you're going to go back to noodling.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Where was that place again?
It's in Texas. It's in West Tawakoni.
Okay.
Tawakoni.
Noodling has its roots with the Native Americans, who were the first to use this fishing technique. During the Great Depression, people turned to noodling, which after all costs nothing, to put food on the table. After that, it became a family custom and a skill passed down through generations. Where did you do the noodling at, Jeff, by the way?
Well, I did it in Texas. I've done it in Alabama. Out here,
Colton, you said?
Colton. You know, there's a couple
noodling holes.
There's a couple of noodling holes here, and then of course the Fairmont Park noodling holes, because a lot of rotten trees with some dirty holes in there.
By Fairmont Park.
Yeah, by Fairmont Park. You know, the catfish aren't as large as they are in Texas and Alabama, but it's a good practice place. You know, if you just want to get your hands dirty a little bit, you know, and learn how to noodle.
Well, you're somewhat of a criminal of sorts, Jeff.
I know. It's definitely underground. It is. It's an underground. You're not really supposed to do it.
Well, here's the deal.
Few places.
Here's the deal. It's only legal in 12 different states. You were safe in Texas. It's been legalized in Texas. Alabama's another one.
Yeah, those are the two.
Arkansas, when you were deep in the Ozarks for that one tournament.
Yes.
But California's not on the list. So if they catch you down at Fairmont Park noodling it up, they might arrest you and throw you in the big house.
Yeah, they could. But then you just play it off and say you're swimming.
Is that part of the sport? Like you
just swim.
You know, walking the line.
Is that why you're locked up in prison for noodling?
Yeah. That's why I had to wear the prison. I wore my Big Baller brand flip flops in the prison.
Your glides?
Yeah, my glides.
You put your glides on?
Yeah, those were my shower slippers. But I told you, man, when I went to prison, I was tough. Punched the first guy I saw.
It says, beware, a person with confident swimming abilities may be caught off guard by the sudden added strain of carrying a large fish to the surface.
Yeah, they'll twist and turn
Serious danger.
Yeah, sometimes you can get stuck and you could drown. But that's why you always got to carry an axe. You got to carry like a diving axe. I always carry a diving axe on my leg. You know, I was like Sea Hunt. You walk around, you know, you tie it to your leg, and then if there's a problem, you have a knife and an axe.
You know, because this kind of goes along with. Wait, where was that tournament in West Texas?
It's in West Tawakoni.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the national.
I had forgot. I just wanted to make sure.
That's the national championship.
What do you wear when you go into the water? Like what?
Well, you got to cover your junk, so you got to get a cup from Ken's.
Ken Sporting Goods.
You got and then you go board shorts, somewhat tight.
Shorts.
Yeah, you got to be somewhat tight.
But back in the day, you'd wear like the short OP shorts.
No. I would go jeans cutoffs. That's
cut off. Oh yeah, of course, jeans. Naturally.
Yeah, I mean that's what you got to. I mean, no one.
Can we see your fingers again?
They're crooked. Look at them.
Why? Because they're the snapping turtles.
The snapping turtles.
Funny you bring that up, Jeff.
Yeah, see.
Because it says the greatest physical threat to noodlers, but you already know this.
Of course I did.
Comes from the other forms of aquatic life that you might find in these noodling holes.
Oh yeah. Alligator gar.
Alligators,
gar,
snakes, beavers, muskrats, and snapping turtles.
Yeah. Beavers are no joke either.
Right.
Beavers are no joke. They got those two teeth that get you right in the front. Those big
you'll lose fingers off of that.
Oh yeah, those beavers, man, they're tough.
Where was that tournament in Texas?
It's in West Tawakoni. It's June. The dates are unconfirmed. Because it's got to be very quiet around the West.
Because it was recently legalized in Texas. Recently.
It's a big
it's been very highly illegal for a long, long time.
It's they call it's cash noodling. You know why it's called cash noodling?
Why, is there money in the fish?
Because there's money involved.
Oh, okay.
And I can't really disclose. There's a lot of money involved. That's why I've taken this very seriously. This professionalism that I've, catfish noodling. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. Those of you that want to learn, hit me up on the gram.
Yeah, please tweet at Jeff.
Yeah, I'll teach you. I'll take you out noodling. We'll go out to Fairmount Park. We'll go to Lake Evans.
It's illegal. You have to go like in the dead of night or something.
I got night vision goggles. There's a reason for that.
You do have you have two pairs. You can take someone with you.
I could take a friend. That
works out perfect.
Yep. I'm ready.
Should we talk about the Dodgers?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now that we had noodling set the table for the rest of the show, kind of our leadoff hitter got on board.
Yeah.
Let's bring him around here with the Dodgers.
Doyers.
So late last night, when everyone was asleep and Jeff was out noodling in the dead of night.
I practice in my pools, too.
Almost 6 hours worth of baseball down there in Arizona, and the Dodgers lost 8-7 in 15 innings.
Hold my breath for 5 minutes.
Can you?
No.
Chris Owings with a 3-run homer off of Kenley Jansen, your boy. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. It was almost a done deal. He served it up like a big plate of noodling.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
It's just one game. Who cares?
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah, did he sign a big contract?
Yeah, he says just one game. Who cares?
He's good. He's
like,
fine. It's all good. So we played extra innings where Arizona scored twice in the 15th to rally past the Dodgers 8-7 early on Tuesday. So it was actually this morning, Jeff. It wasn't even last night anymore. It was this morning that they completed. So it's almost like a doubleheader today because they're back in action tonight. And remember, our guy, Taiwan Walker, hashtag Yucktown, the pride of Yucaipa High School, was long gone as he got the start for Arizona in that one. So tonight, guess who's getting the ball for the Dodgers? Clayton Kershaw. The man.
He lost that opening day.
No, don't pin that on Clayton Kershaw. Come on.
It's Joe Panic. Joe Panic did that the first game of the year.
He did it twice in a row.
You know what? Dodgers are giving charity. To the Giants.
Yeah,
and
they
to
felt
the
bad.
Diamondbacks because their seasons are not going to be good.
It's going to be bad, really bad.
Give him a bone. It's just one game.
Just one game.
Yeah, Kershaw will be
just
fine.
One game.
Just one game. Doesn't matter.
As a coach, if a player told you that, what would you do, Jeff?
Just one game.
Just bench him. Throw him off. Get your tail out of here.
Yeah.
Go up and sit in the bleachers by your mom.
You're up by 3. You're a basketball coach. You're up by 3. The other kid hits a 3, gets fouled, hits the free throw, game over, they win. Your guy comes off to the sideline. It's just one game, coach.
Go see your go sit next to your mother. She's gonna wash your mouth out with soap.
Where was that noodling tournament in Texas? In case I want to book a family vacation.
It was in Tawakoni.
Tawakoni.
Don't.
Okay. No, I forgot. I didn't write it down. I don't have a pen or paper over here. So
Tawakoni, Texas. It's in West Tawakoni, actually. Texas.
To be technical, if you want to really get down to the nitty gritty dirt band here.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. Big deal.
Are the Gorham boys in training?
Yeah, do they noodle in the pool?
No,
get them ready?
No, they're
the next
wimps.
Generation of noodlers in the Gorham household?
My boys are pansies. They don't do any of that stuff. All they do, my son plays he's a Boy Scout, and then he plays the cello, and then Fast Johnny just runs in circles in the backyard. He doesn't do anything else. And then Luke, he just bounces into walls. That's all my kids do. Yeah, but how dare you? It's at Goody's Marina, actually, in Lake Tawakoni.
What?
Goody's Marina.
Goody's Marina?
Yeah,
is that where they launch? Well, you don't need a boat, so you don't have to launch into the lake, because with noodling, you just jump in there and.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get.
You put any fins on or a snorkel, or
no,
you just
no. I go
just cut off jeans and
cut off jeans. Sometimes I'll go shoes because I don't want to get hooks in my feet, and I do go through Airbnb just to get a place because Tawakoni's a very popular hotspot. A lot of Airbnb places there.
You don't wear those shoes that look like feet?
No,
oh yeah, with the toes. You put the toes in like fingers.
Those are stupid.
Aqua socks.
I'll wear some aqua socks, but I don't go the toes that look like fingers. No. Sometimes I'll go aqua socks. Sometimes I'll go Chuck Taylors. If I want to go old school, Chuck Taylor's, cut off jeans, no shirt, of course.
No shirt.
No shirt. No shirt. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Kylo Ren, watch out.
Oh, man. As they're calling them.
There's a lot. It's a really cool time, though. They have live music. There's some bungee jumping, water slides, bounce houses of various sizes.
A watermelon eating contest?
No. You can eat catfish, though. You know what they do is when you catch these catfish, I'm going to tell you this. They have these big rigs, these giant rigs with these huge aquariums on them, and they throw in the fish that we catch. And that's how you fill up these giant aquariums. And I've caught upwards of 700-800 pounds in a weekend.
So, like, everyone just has a big feast.
Yeah, catfish, but they're bony creatures. I'm a little allergic to them. I'm be honest with you.
So you catch it and feed the people, and then you you don't eat it.
Yeah, because I have an allergy to catfish.
What marina was that? In case I want to go there.
How dare you? It was in Tawakoni.
Was it Goodies?
Goodies Marina.
Goodies Marina
in Lake Tawakoni.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure in case I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put it in my Google Maps.
It's on Road 751 in
Where's my map app?
West Tawakoni, Texas.
Tawakoni.
Yeah.
What was the marina?
Tawakoni. Goodies Marina.
Goodies. Okay.
Marina.
Yeah, I got it in my map app right now.
All right, thanks. I can't wait for you to be there with us.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we must talk baseball. A lot of afternoon baseball we need to get to. Plus a local guy who actually went, if we can get serious for a second, from Colton High School, Rich Dower, who was a coach for the Houston Astros. He was on his deathbed. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
Throughout the first pitch yesterday, so we're going to talk about that as well. We'll be right back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
I got good news. We're extending arts and crafts time by...
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
And even mentorships. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn more. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
I love this yodeling kid. You know what I'm talking about? He's all over Twitter. Cullen knows what I'm talking about. You see him?
Wow.
He was in a Walmart, just started yodeling, put on a little concert for everybody. He's all over Twitter. All over.
Where's the Walmart?
He's famous. I don't know. Wait, yeah, where's that? I think he was in West Texarkana, or where was that?
Tawakoni.
That's Tawakoni. That's my
There we go.
Listen. Anyways, yeah, so.
This guy's he's an internet sensation?
Yes, how do you not know about him?
Hey, man.
Get on Twitter and search Yodeling Kid. It's so funny because everyone's got remixes and he's a meme and a GIF and all this. Oh, it's so funny.
I am way too big for the Twitter right now.
Hey, but speaking of yodeling, let's go from yodeling to noodling.
Noodling?
Jeff, I know. Listen, I know you're the resident noodling expert.
I am.
Of record on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. But I was able to find another noodling expert.
Who?
Another one. You might know her. In fact, she might be at, what was the marina?
Tawakoni.
No, the marina. I know the city.
Oh, Goodies. Yeah,
Goodies Marina.
Yeah.
For the Texarkana or whatever that was, championships.
Tawakoni.
Yeah, her name is Hannah Barron. Hannah Barron.
Oh, yeah, Hannah. She's fantastic. She's, her father was a big noodler.
Really?
But she's an attractive young lady. Yeah, she's a pro.
Here's Hannah talking about noodling. Hannah Barron.
She's got some big scars, though, if you find her on the gram.
She wears gloves.
Yeah,
a lot of folks wonder that, but it's illegal in most states, but it's legal in Alabama. And this is for when you can't reach the catfish. Some of them will be 10 or 15 foot under the boat ramp or whatever, and you can't reach them. So you stick this under there and you hook them. You bring them up to the front where you can reach them, and you grab onto them. You pop the hook out, throw it backward. You don't worry about it anymore. You grab the fish.
I dated
they
her.
They still fight just as hard.
You wish.
I did.
Everything. We don't usually even have to have them, but if they're way back in there, we'll use them.
What about that's Hannah Barron.
Hannah Barron and I dated for a little bit, but she gave a lot of hickeys, man.
Hey, Colin, can you see if she's on Twitter?
Yeah, she's
on Instagram?
Yeah, she's
I would love to get her on the show because I mean nobody covers noodling in the Inland Empire like we do.
But we've burned that bridge, she and I. I mean, she might come on.
Hey, you know what?
She really does like to give a lot of hickeys because it's part of the game. It's part of the game. She's used to like catching fish.
Part of the game.
It's part of the game. So I said, no, I don't want bruises on my neck. I don't like that.
Did she say you have a mouth like a catfish? Yeah.
No, she said I had a mighty pretty mouth, though. She did. Let's talk Angels baseball.
Is she on Twitter, though? See if she's on Twitter, too.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because, again, we love baseball, but we also love noodling.
I'm telling you.
So we can talk noodling on the show. We'd love it.
Yeah.
Afternoon baseball, my boy, Didi Gregorius, 2 home runs, 8 RBI as the Yankees finally played their home opener today. Remember, they were snowed out yesterday. Snow all over the place in New York.
Yeah.
They played today. Didi Gregorius. I saw him in the minor leagues. I covered this guy. Never thought he was a power hitter, but somehow had 2 home runs and 8 RBI today for the Yankees as the Yankees picked up a win at Yankee Stadium in their home opener once again this afternoon by a score of 11-4 against Tampa Bay. The Royals won 1-0 against Detroit. I know what you're thinking. Did Lucas Duda knock in that 1 run for Kansas City? He did not.
He did not?
He did not. Duda did not. And also one other final score from today. I know Dodger fans everywhere will rejoice because the Giants lost. The Giants lost to the Seattle Mariners by a score of 6-4. So those 3 scores have already gone
They've
final.
already started interleague play?
It's happening.
I told you every single week there's interleague play. I think it's just I don't like it. Just get rid of it. It's a novelty. Get rid of the interleague play. How about those Angels? They cannot beat the Cleveland Indians.
What did you say the losing streak was
13.
at? 13 in a row?
13 in a row. They have their number. I'll tell you what, that middle of the lineup for the Angels are not hitting well since opening day at all.
Oh, like I told you, Orange County, they opened up their homes and their hearts to the Inland Sports Show, but now there's real panic in the streets. People are just, breaking their surfboards over their knees and throwing their golf clubs in the ocean. Investment bankers are all mad in their offices and their
angry
fancy cars. Like, it's bad. It's bad in Orange County right now.
The hedge funds are going down. Albert Pujols, though, he's been hitless in his last 11 at-bats. And that number 5 spot, Cole Calhoun, is 1 for 16 after that first game. He was 3 for 5 on opening day. He just has not found his groove.
It's going to happen.
You think so?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't know if it will.
Hey, the hottest guy for the Angels, though, is Andrelton Simmons.
Yeah, he's good.
I'll tell you what, he's been really, he's had 3 multi-hit games. And Monday, as of Monday, he's 9 for 20 on the season, so he's having a pretty good, solid
At least one
year.
guy's doing something.
One of those guys we really didn't talk about as being a big hit in the lumber for the Angels this year.
If you look at their lineup on paper, that's a pretty good lineup. I thought the pitching was going to be maybe a little suspect, but so far it's been the hits and homers.
Hits and homers.
Between the Halos and
just
the
like our guy Bradford over here. But I'll tell you, Shohei Ohtani's going to be DH tonight for the first time at home for the Halo. So
yeah, because remember, we were very curious to see how they were going to treat Ohtani. How many days out of his next start do you still play him? Do you still have him as the designated hitter? Because if you do the math, his next start should be Friday, maybe Saturday.
Yes.
So we'll have to see how the Halos play, but he is going to DH tonight. You've seen the starting lineup?
I have.
For the Halos?
He's going to make his home debut as a DH.
Sweetness.
Yeah, so...
Hey, yesterday in Houston, they unveiled their new World Series championship banner. I apologize to all the Dodger fans out there. I know they don't want to talk about this, but the Houston Astros did. They had the banner up, but they had to unveil the banner. They had a big curtain on it, a big blanket, and they had to take it off.
It took 30 seconds to get it down.
Yeah, and a leaf blower.
Yes.
This guy's being heralded a hero in Houston because he used the leaf blower to help him get the cover off the banner.
That's what you got to do.
Championship banner.
That's what you
so
gotta
leaf
do.
blower, man, today in Houston, he's probably getting the key to the city. He's a hero.
He might be from Lake Taukani.
What was that? Hold on. Hold on.
It's Goodies
I
Marina.
had it in my app.
It's Goodies Marina.
Goodies Marina.
Yeah.
How do you, is it Goody with a YS or
Y.
IES on the end?
It's a Y apostrophe S.
Y apostrophe S. Yeah. Got it. Okay. And finally, hey, a quick shout out to Rich Dower.
Colton, we got you.
Yeah, Colton. What do they call it? Hub City? Hub City. Rich Dower, the former first base coach for the Houston Astros, he's lucky to be alive.
He is.
Last year, he fell the night before the World Series championship parade. He had bleeding on the brain, didn't know about it. He passed out. He had a 3% chance to live.
3%?
3%.
So he had a 97% chance to die?
Yeah. But
he lived?
You know what they say about those people from Colton, though? They never give up.
No.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Is that on the city shield? Yes. We don't die, we multiply on the city of Colton shield.
So he beat 97% odds?
Yeah.
That's
so
pretty impressive.
He had to undergo a 3-hour surgery. Rich Dower, and he's from Colton High School, San Bernardino Valley College.
UCLA guy, too, I believe.
USC.
USC.
10 seasons in the big leagues with the Orioles throughout the first pitch yesterday. Very emotional moment in Houston. After the leaf blower guy saved the day, then Rich Dower threw out the first pitch, and it was pretty awesome to see Colton guy, San Bernardino Valley College guy out there. What was the city slogan? We don't die, we multiply.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all like on the city shield. You know, on the side of the cop cars and all that stuff.
That's in the that's the same slogan as
902. On this episode of 92324.
What is it? They don't die, they multiply. Yeah. That's the same slogan that they have at Lake Tawakoni.
Is it really?
It is.
It's like their sister city.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, the latest on the Clippers. Will they make the playoffs? Will they not? NBA scores, and then also Portland's making a push for LeBron James.
They are?
The Trailblazers want LeBron James in the Pacific Northwest. Kind of a weird campaign, but we're going to tell you about that as well.
Sounds good.
We'll be back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
What's up, Colton? We got you.
What do you mean the way I talk?
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
if you teach me.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Is that Blink? Blink 182. Hub City. What was Colton? City of Colton's city slogan?
We don't die, we multiply. We
don't die, we multiply. I'm gonna have to double check that one.
Multiply in the hive.
In the hive. I'm gonna have to double check that one. I don't know if that's legit.
Yeah.
So there's the big noodling hole in Colton, Jeff? Is that what you're saying? Like it's a hub?
It used to be, but it's turned to
dried
mud.
up. It's dried up a little bit.
Do you know the good thing about catfish though? They can sit in mud, dried up water for like up to a year. Did you know this?
No, I didn't know that.
There are catfish that can live in mud for up to a year without water. So then when the rains come back, the fish come back, and you know when the fish come back and the rain's back, the noodling is back.
I say we go to Santa Ana River after this show.
Put it to the test.
Yeah.
Did you bring your noodling shorts, or can you cut the? You can wear those.
Yeah, these are
cut off jeans.
I got flip flops.
Scissors. I'll cut these off.
I'm more than willing to go anytime. I even have a spring suit. If it's really kind of cold, I'll go out, like a wetsuit type thing. Protect my body.
Your aqua socks.
Yeah. Because, leeches. There's a lot of leeches in Texas. There's a lot of leeches in Tawakoni, too. A lot. So you got a
That's
battle.
Texas, right?
Yeah,
That is Texas.
It's in Texas, but it's Goody's Marina in Texas.
Goody's with a Y-S.
Yeah.
Y''S.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Have you ever had a leech on you?
No, I don't think
You've
I
never
have.
had a leech?
No.
Oh, I've had many
avoided
leeches.
them.
I've had lots of leeches on me.
They suck all the bad stuff out.
They suck the poison out. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. But you know how you get rid of them? You take a lighter and you light them.
Oh, like a tick.
Yeah, like a tick. You light them up.
Yeah.
Light them up.
Just like a tick.
Get them right off. Yank them off. You bleed and their head sticks on you. Not fun.
Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Will the Clippers make the playoffs? Time is running out on the Clippers. 5 games left on the season. They're 2 back of New Orleans. They've got the Spurs tonight. The Spurs, they're also playing for something. They got playoff positioning. Those Western Conference teams, they're jockeying around trying to get position here for the playoffs, which is right around the corner now. And it's going to be tough. The Clippers not only have to catch New Orleans, who's the final team in as of right now, as of tonight. But Denver's also ahead of them. The Nuggets are number 9. The Clippers are number 10 in the Western Conference standings, although they're only 2 games back. But they'd have to leapfrog Denver and then also pass New Orleans to slide in there to hopefully make to the playoffs. Jeff, I think time has run out on the Clippers.
I think time has run out on the Clippers. I think time has run out on DeAndre Jordan. I think time has run out on Coach Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
I think Doc Rivers, the day the Clippers finish their exit interviews, Doc Rivers will be exiting, as well as I think DeAndre Jordan. I think they can't surround him with enough good players. He's going to be shipped off to a contender next year, and then the Clippers are going to rebuild again.
Well, the Clippers, they're going to host the Spurs tonight. And again, that's going to be a huge, huge game. New Orleans is not playing tonight, but Denver is. And Denver's hosting the Indiana Pacers. So if you're a Clippers fan, keep an eye on that Denver score. You need to leapfrog Denver. You also need to leapfrog New Orleans at this point. But again, the Western Conference standings, it's a logjam. So tomorrow night, it might look a little bit differently as we only have 4 or 5 games left in the regular season. So, but as of right now, the 2 teams right in front of the Clippers, Denver and New Orleans, those are the 2 you want to keep an eye on if you're a Clippers fan, because they need some help. They've got 5 games left. They're 2 games back. They need some help from some other teams if they're going to sneak into the playoffs. But again, even if the Clippers sneak in, they're going to get like Golden State or Houston, probably more like Houston if they get in.
Yeah, and honestly, what good will that do the Clippers other than maybe get them a little playoff
It's not like they're not gonna beat Houston.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna start.
Golden State might be wounded, but they're not gonna beat Golden State.
No. And like I said, you've got to just look at, you've signed Lou Williams to a long-term deal. He's been your superstar of the year.
Yeah, best player, easy.
Yeah, you got to do something with DeAndre Jordan. Maybe you do a sign and trade to get a one of the, a max player to come to Los Angeles. You do
LeBron James.
No, he's not coming.
LeBron
James. Now, was there word that he might go to Portland?
Oh, he is. Oh, it sounds like he is.
It sounds like he is.
So there's the billboard. Because, here's the deal. The LeBron James tour, when Cleveland goes to these different cities, some rich person buys a billboard.
You know it, baby. You know it.
They buy these billboards trying to get LeBron James to their hometown team, right?
Of course.
Of course, Portland did it. Some rich person in Portland.
Oh, yeah. You know who's rich in Portland?
Who?
Is that Gray character. Do you know who that Gray guy is?
Who?
Come on! 50
Nike.
Shades of Gray. Ma! He's super wealthy. He flies helicopters. He's got a hot chick, and he's into S&M. I read the books, my friend. Great books, rich guy, good friend. I'm sorry. Okay, so what happened?
There's
rent
a billboard.
A billboard.
There's a billboard in Portland.
Okay.
And I think they're trying to get LeBron, but they're not going, because some people just kick down the front door and they're like, hey, we want LeBron. Hey, we think you're the best ever. We think you're the greatest.
Yeah.
Some are kind of sneaky and sly about it.
Okay.
And kind of funny. Exactly. That's good. That's the first question. Why would you go to Portland?
Hollywood, Portland.
I'd be a Clipper first before a Trailblazer. Yeah. So here's what the billboard in Portland, Oregon had to say.
Okay.
LeBron. Dame needs a third option.
Whoa, he just called LeBron a third option.
So I think they want LeBron, but they're saying, hey, come to Portland. You're not the first or second best player on the team. You'll be the third, but that's okay. We still want you here. It's Damian Lillard, and who's the other guy? CJ McCollum?
Yes.
I guess he'd be the number 2.
Yes.
Right?
So you go, he's the third option?
He's the third option.
Basically, they're saying, You're the pretty girl, but we got other pretty girls here.
Yeah, we got some real cute girls here. You're still pretty cute.
I would live in Portland. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been to Portland. I love it. I love the Rose Garden. I enjoyed it.
They love basketball there.
They love basketball.
It wouldn't be such a bad thing.
It's an
But if
artsy-
you have all these other options, the Clippers,
I don't know.
the Spurs,
They got the best.
the Rockets,
They got the best food.
the Sixers.
They got food trucks there.
Where?
In
Portland?
They have
got
this,
food trucks everywhere.
No, not like this.
Yeah.
No.
In Colton. They have them in Colton.
No, there's this food.
I've seen them in Colton.
There's a food
by the taqueria.
There's a food truck mecca in Portland that I walked by, and it's like a city block full of food trucks, and I sampled every single one of them.
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
I'd go to Portland in a heartbeat. That's where I want to go.
You know, Portland had a really nice airport.
They did? What happened to
Yeah.
it?
It's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. Believe it or not. I got some good work done in there. There was some good food. They had all this shopping.
Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful.
I don't shop.
So, yeah, Portland wants LeBron James, but they didn't exactly put their huge stamp of approval on it. LeBron, Dame needs a third option. Cavaliers play Toronto tonight. That's kind of an intriguing matchup in the Eastern Conference. That could be a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals, potentially.
And right now at the end of the third, Cleveland 86, Toronto 78. They are playing in Cleveland, though.
Competitive.
Yes.
Highly competitive. Rich in competition. Highly competitive.
And will anybody give the Cavaliers a run for their money in the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that the Cavaliers are going to have some wear and tear on them? Do you think?
Oh,
they'll-
yeah.
Do you think there'll be some 7-game series going into?
Yeah, I think so.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Do you? I just think Cleveland is like a roller coaster. Like, when they're really good, and then they go off and lose against some random team.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, they just take nights off. They don't care.
Yeah, they could. And I'll tell you, there's a couple intriguing teams in the East that could give them a little run. Boston, Kyrie Irving, if he's healthy. How cool would it be to see Kyrie Irving beat LeBron James? How bad
Could
would
Gordon Hayward come back
No,
in
I
the
don't-
final games?
Yeah, like
Save the season.
like Willis Reed. running
Yes,
save the
exactly
world.
like that.
Now, and then you look at that Philly team. Philly is not that bad.
They're
intriguing.
not,
They're
but-
streaky. They could win a few games.
They could cause a lot of problems for somebody. Joel Embiid, though, he's on the mend.
He's got a broken eye socket.
Yeah.
His eyeball like fell out of his head. Yeah, he ran into.
But yeah, they're kind of scary.
Yeah, they could be
Philadelphia
really
is
good.
a little bit scary. Toronto, for whatever reason, they don't really.
They're all
impress me
guards.
that much.
They got all guards.
Yeah.
They got really good score. You got Terrell
Wizards. I'm not impressed by the Wizards. I think it's going to be Boston, Cleveland, and I think you're right. I think Philadelphia might be that sneaky pick.
Philadelphia is that weird pick because all these guys they've never played in the playoffs. They're young. They've got young legs. If they're in good shape, they have a shot. Joel Embiid, he's probably the third best center in the NBA.
He's a true big man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a true big man.
He can step out. But are there really centers in the NBA
Not
anymore?
really. Stretch centers, right?
Because you got the unibrow who's 7 feet tall, goes out.
Yeah, but he doesn't. When I think of centers, I think of
DeMarcus Cousins, maybe.
Hold on, no. I'll be serious for a second, just for a second.
Okay.
David Robinson,
true center.
Like Hakeem Olajuwon,
True center.
Patrick Ewing. Those three, like in my wheelhouse in my day, like those were like true big men.
Why did you leave the captain out?
Who's the captain?
What do you mean? It was a Kareem, man.
Oh, I was before him. I'm not that old.
He was
You were
playing.
out noodling. I wasn't even born yet.
Stop it.
You were out noodling, dude. My parents hadn't even thought about having
The
me.
cap, man, is the true center.
He's one of
Jack
the
Sigma,
greatest- To me, he's one of the greatest players.
the best player of
Kareem.
all time.
Kareem.
Number one in my book. Always. But there aren't any true centers in the NBA anymore. They really aren't. They're all stretch. Are there really guards? Are there forwards? I mean, they're all kind of the same guy now. Point guards.
Now wings a real position. It used to be guards, forwards, and centers. Now,
Yeah.
like they list them as wings. They list them. Yeah.
See, I don't understand how you can do the NBA first team, second team by position anymore because the positions have changed. So much.
Positionless.
Just do the 5 best players in the league.
We've interviewed a lot of people on this show, and they said, yeah, that's where basketball's going, positionless. You got to be able to do everything. Handle the basketball, shoot the basketball, rebound the basketball.
But there is going to be a spot, I believe, it will all come full circle. You're going to need a guy like Shaq or like the big guys, like you said, David Robinson. And the basketball will come full circle. They'll have the big guys. They'll play half court again. Eventually.
Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, not Andrew Bynum.
Lakers playing the
Kwame
Greg
Brown.
Ostertag.
Greg Ostertag.
Mark Eaton. You know Mark Eaton, don't you?
Oh, he's my friend. We're friends on social media.
Yeah, you said you were going to get him on the show, Big Mark
Yeah,
Eaton.
we talked. He's 7'4". He played at Cypress College. Did you know he was a JC guy before he was at UCLA?
No idea.
He used to be a mechanic.
He was?
He was an auto mechanic worked on cars.
He was before a Greg Oster tag.
Yes, but he was working
Big
on...
man.
Big man.
He was like 7'4", wasn't he?
7'4", but he was working... No joke, this is how...
How's he get under the car?
He was working in Cypress, California. Don Johnson, the head basketball coach, was
getting his oil changed.
Getting his oil changed. Saw the 7'4" guy. No joke.
Really?
And he was the coach at Cypress College. He said, "Why don't you come out and play basketball?" Worked with him. Got him 2 years playing at Cypress, then went to UCLA, was a sparing big man, and then look at him. He had a great career in the NBA, a great career as a mechanic, auto mechanic.
Unbelievable,
Size 22 shoes, played at Cypress College.
When we come back on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to wrap this up. We'll talk more about the Inland Sports All-Star Classic, as if you needed one more reminder, because it's the biggest game in the IE, and it's coming up this Saturday. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here from Boost Training. We're here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip, we're going to get football specific with the 40-yard dash stance. Come check it out. Okay, so first things first, we're going to establish Andrew's footing. All right, now, he has his left foot up in his 40 stance, so what we're going to do is he's going to take his left foot, his left toe, and he's going to bring it back to his right heel. All right, now he's going to take his right toe and bring it to his left heel. All right, next he's going to take that right foot, he's going to bring it about hip width. Now, depending on if you're a skill player, receiver, DB, or if you're a lineman, a bigger guy like Andrew is here, you may want to go a little bit wider, all right, because they usually have bigger thighs here. So he's going to go a little bit wider hip width. Now he's going to take that right toe, he's going to move it back about 4 to 6 inches. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now he's going to take his right hand, he's going to place it right behind the line. He's going to take his left hand and place it right above the line. All right, now he's going to dig his feet in, get his footing. We want to really load the hips, knees, and ankles here. And what we're looking for is a deep bend in the ankles and a nice angle at the shins here. We want to try to keep that shin nice, almost parallel to the floor. So what's going to happen, he's going to keep his nose to his knee. He's going to stay nice and low. When I say set, Andrew's going to bring that left arm higher than his hip. He's going to slightly elevate his hips higher than his knees. Now, you never want to hold your 40 stance any longer than about 3 seconds. So it's going to be very quick, all right? Here we go. Set. Go. There you have it, 40-yard dash stance.
was so much fun. And this one time, we all lost our music, and we were supposed to play this song, but we didn't know it. So we just made it up, and we kept playing and playing, and the conductor didn't know what we were doing, and it was so funny.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. As we wrap this thing up, don't forget, mark your calendars, this Saturday, the 4th annual Inland Sports All-Star Classic at RCC. The girls' game is at 5. The boys will play at 7. It's the All-Star Game of the Year. You don't want to miss it. It'll be live also on Teen Vision, TV 16, probably on the Inland Sports Channel as well on YouTube. Jeff, what was that marina? What was that city in West Texas? I'm sorry, I dropped my phone.
That's the Tawakoni.
Tawakoni, okay.
Yeah, of course.
It's all brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by great customer service and low prices. Come on, it's in the name. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs and also team sales and Letterman's jackets. They do it all. Also, if you need a glove or a cup, if you go noodling,
yes,
they can do that too.
Steel gloves.
Just in case. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Check out all the cool things they're doing over there at Boost Performance Training. And they got the strength and speed classes. The first one's always free. Go check it out. You'll love it. You'll see great results with Coach Ray Bass and his team at Boost Performance Training. And Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road, where you can buy, trade, and finance. So easy, that car shopping experience. No headaches, no pressure. You'll find that sweet new ride. Maybe a minivan if you're Jeff Gorham.
I love minivans.
Put a lot of catfish in that
new
minivan.
Whip.
A new whip. Tomorrow, Indomik and Sue will be officially introduced by the Rams, and they made a big trade today. Brandon Cooks traded by the Patriots to the LA Rams, going all in Los Angeles.
Super Bowl or bust, my friend.
We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
In case I don't see ya.